It's check on Kyrie. She did message me earlier.
Yes.
Well, because I messaged her, that thing that I messaged to you, Jay.
What did you message me again? The cat?
The bouncing cat.
No. Oh yes, the cat.
Yeah, well, the bouncing thing.
The bouncy cat. Yes.
And then she said, "Damn, no." Oh, I guess. Wait, were you gonna say something?
Oh my god,
what?
Red. Are you big
Red?
conversation? You can't read what you're typing to someone in conversation in the
Wait,
DM.
were you gonna say something? But okay, so I looked at our DMs, and that reminded me that I had talked to her about how I ordered the Tylenol. But I also decided. But I also just no. Hold on. I also decided, hey, you know what? Since I'm already ordering, let me order a candle for my mom for Mother's Day. And then while I'm at it, and I told you this part, I'm gonna order honeycomb cereal because I can eat that with my hands.
That's right.
So the stuff gets here, and there was no candle. They had replaced my honeycomb cereals with honey bunches of oats. Which, it's not
They
bad.
at least refunded the candle, right?
Yeah, I assume. I mean, on the receipt,
You should definitely check that.
And I thought, it's not that honey bunches of oats are bad. I mean, I like them, but it's not as easy to eat with your hands as honeycomb Cheerios.
No, it's not. It does make it a little bit harder,
Oh, yeah,
also, I can't believe you called it honeycomb Cheerios because they're
I
definitely
know,
not Cheerios.
I'm very aware, but I'm just trying to ignore it.
Uh-huh.
Are you?
What?
Yes, am I?
Sorry, I have. Okay, there we go. Do you want me to maybe tell the story now while we're waiting for Kyrie?
The story?
Yeah, you wanted me to tell the story.
Okay, you know what? Might as well just say whatever.
Just start.
Okay.
See what she says.
First up, I need to ask you guys something. How much do you all? Because I'm the one who knows the least. But how much do you all know about Saber?
Hey, Lightning.
I know who Saber is.
That's what you're
I know enough.
This conversation's so funny.
Plompers, do you know much about Saber?
Pat, I know she's pretty.
There you go.
Wait, Red, should I say this because this might be spoilers for Plompers?
Well, don't
And
say
she's
who
also
Saber's
gonna
name is.
And she's also gonna be part of the Honkai Star Rail collab.
Yeah.
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 So I guess I'll say, as part of the Honkai Star Rail collab, I found out something about her weapon,
Uh-huh.
and now I have a theory. Well, okay. I want it to be known. I already had a theory about who she was, and
Uh-huh.
now
I
I
already
feel.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know?
From going through image boards and shit, and all the names that the characters actually go through, yeah, I know the characters and their identities.
But don't say
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I have a
Yeah,
theory.
yeah.
I have a theory. I don't know for certain, but I want it to be known that I had a pretty strong inkling of who Saber was, and now after finding out something else, I'm pretty confident. Red, if everyone else already knows the answer, can I say who I think it is?
I mean, you can say who you think it is. No one's allowed to say yes.
Confirm it
Yeah.
for you.
You guys,
Yeah, we're not gonna say yes.
you guys don't confirm or deny, but I want it
No.
out there, and I want it to be known. It's not just because of the thing I found out. I've been thinking this for a while. I think it's Arthur. I think it's Arthur.
Okay.
Saber is Arthur.
And you forgot to mention who was the one that accidentally spoiled.
Yeah, you forgot to mention who actually
Potentially.
spoiled it.
Oh, well,
And-
that was. Should I say who was?
Yeah, go ahead. You can say an elf who will not be named, and also a rat who can be named.
What? No. They can't both be named. Okay, they both can't be named.
They both can't be named.
So wait, I can't say that Jess was one of them.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
You can't say that Jess is one of them.
Okay.
No, of course I didn't.
Nope.
All
No,
right.
Jess definitely didn't potentially spoil it.
All right,
somehow.
then I won't mention.
How
just
was I
because
supposed to know you didn't watch the Honkai Star Rail collab video with
No.
sound on? That's not my fault.
Yeah, no.
That
Okay,
is
so
true.
there's
Normally people don't do that.
for context, Honkai Star Rail made a trailer for like the inclusion of Archer and Saber. It's like a little teaser trailer, and I had seen it, but I didn't see it with sound. So like there's something that Saber says in there when the sound's on that is kind of a spoiler. But I didn't hear that part, and just kind of just assumed that I had.
we were talking about the videos. I was like, oh, if he's
Yeah, we
if
were
he
talking
watched-
about the video.
If
Yeah.
you talked, if I assume he's watched the video, I assume he has sound on. Like,
I mean,
who
it's
watches
not
a
like
video
an
without sound?
unreasonable. It was not unreasonable for you to assume that I had listened to it with sound. If anything, it just kind of speaks to how easily oblivious I am.
It was so funny. Because both the rat who will not be named Jess and the elf who will not be named both did it. And I'm just there like, guys, he doesn't actually know who it is, you know?
Yeah, but I want it to be known. If it turns out that it was Arthur, I called it, and it's not just this. I feel like if you go back and review earlier footage, I feel like I brought up Arthur earlier. I feel like I said it was Arthur.
You did once.
Yeah. So there we go. Jay's.
I think what
You're
you
a witness,
actually
you're a
said.
witness.
I think what you actually said was you think they are English of like European descent or something.
Well, I definitely.
No, Arthur was discussed when we were talking about the descent.
Yeah. I definitely was confident in Saber being of English descent, but I feel like that's a giveaway. Like I feel like that's a give me. I think you're specific.
Yeah.
Also, in that same sort of conversation,
Yes.
Pending learned where the Pataru came from.
Oh yeah. I kind
Wait,
of.
you didn't know it was from Fate?
No, I had no idea. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
okay, that's cool.
I can't remember which character is the Pataru, but
It's
Isn't
Red
it
Saber. It's Red
Yeah,
Saber.
it's Red Saber. You're right.
Red
I'm
Saber.
sorry.
Completely different from Saber. Don't get them mixed up.
right.
Red Saber has
Legally-
boobs.
wow, are you
Legally-
saying you saying Saber doesn't have boobs?
Yes.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
Pending,
No. Clear. Yeah.
I think you haven't gone to the extra Shinji knowledge you learned that will totally change everyone's opinion of him.
Oh.
Oh yeah. He likes puppies.
Yeah, he likes puppies apparently.
Yeah, he likes puppies.
He
So.
likes
Wow,
puppies, yeah.
that's the only way they could redeem him is by they're like, oh, you know how he's like a complete playboy who touches women unconsensually and has a tendency to chase after women who keep telling him, no, I'm not interested, and might be doing other things later on in the future that are worse that I don't know about.
Yeah, he likes puppies.
He likes puppies.
Yeah, he likes puppies.
Oh, and
Yeah,
by the way, something keep in mind, he does beat his sister, which Plompers does voice.
Yes.
Okay, but he likes puppies.
He likes puppies
Yeah,
though,
he-
guys.
he-
He's totally
he's-
redeemable.
He's abusive to Sakura, which is probably part of the reason why Sakura always wants to be at Shinji's place.
Shinji, Shiro.
Shiro's place. Why do they all have to start with S?
Shinji, Sakura,
But-
Shiro, Saber.
But yeah, so Shinji
Sin
finds out.
Sosaka.
A few minutes later.
Go, narrator.
By the time
Yes,
I
please
get back
narrate.
home, the sun is almost setting. And just like yesterday, I'm the first one back home. Sakura and Fujine will probably get here soon too, and Tosaka will come home later. I'll mention what I learned from Shinji after Sakura and Fujine go home. There's no point in talking in secret when those two are around. I've decided that I'd better prepare dinner. Tosaka beat me with her cooking last night, and I need to do something to improve Fujine's mood. The secret ingredient to a great dish is time and effort, rather than love. If I want to guarantee my win, I'll have to spend double the time I usually would on cooking.
Shiro does not believe in love.
Love is for the weak.
And so, Here's what
That's why
happened.
he's single.
Oh, is it time for me to pull the microphone back again? Hold up. Huh? I didn't lose, Tosaka. You're such a meanie. Let me reiterate. I'm not talking about the food's taste. According to you, tonight's dinner was the best you've ever tasted. So why not share it with everyone? I don't think that's what you meant.
She's the adult here.
Yes.
She is. She's a teacher. She's their teacher, technically. You said you didn't want to eat the food Shiro made. I was only talking about breakfast. I will eat dinner like everyone, and Emiya and I had made an arrangement to take turns cooking dinner. So what reason is there for me to not eat? If you don't like that, you're more than welcome to take my turn cooking tomorrow. So brazen. She strikes right at my weakness. Damn. I never imagined you were such a bad student.
No, she's a great student.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
just
she's
out
like-
of school hours.
And with that,
She has a double personality, man. That means she's a bad student.
She does have a double personality. And with that, Fujine reluctantly returns the wooden container of rice to the dining table. 5 servings of my specially mixed rice safely returned to the dining table. Come on, Fujine, I made plenty of food today, so there's no need to hoard it. I made enough rice and side dishes for everyone. Munch munch.
I can't believe it repeated the same sentence twice, essentially.
Plomp, plomp, plomp.
Oh, sorry. You may be right, you may be right, senpai, but this might be a bit too much even for you.
Clack, clack.
Oh.
I'll go first. You
Oh,
go
okay.
take the next line.
Okay, that.
Yes, a double-tiered barrel with food enough for 4 people is certainly over the top.
Are you two gonna just pass off Saber?
Why not?
Weird.
I
Chomp,
think
chomp.
that's appropriate until Kyrie gets back.
It's not a barrel. It's a round wooden container for rice. The main dishes is rice today, so I made extra. If we have any leftovers, I'll make them to the rice balls for lunch tomorrow. Munch munch.
Oh, can I get in on that lunch thing? I don't like fried rice made from leftover rice, but this is exceptional. There's all kinds of stuff in this rice. What's inside?
Choo choo.
This is basically mushroom mixed rice, correct? And instead of using bean curd, you mix and use this citrus to make it
Aromatic.
aromatic.
Aromatic, yeah. The
Aromatic,
word.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, aromatic, fuck. Aromatic. Such detail.
Clink clink.
Fine! I'm going to eat this all by myself! Just you watch!
Fujine is just in her own world at the moment.
Fujine has a tendency to shout at the top of their lungs. It's okay.
Fujine must have given up on monopolizing the wooden container of rice, but she starts to shovel food in her mouth with an alarming speed. The moment her rice bowl is empty, she thrusts it out, requesting another helping. That's fine, but you really don't need a rush. There's plenty, Fujine.
No, I'm just gonna eat all the food you made sure I won't be letting some stranger just barge into your lazy to do this food.
Fujine,
Yeah.
Fujine snatches the rice bowl.
What about me for today?
I really don't get it. Sakura laughs uncomfortably. Tosaka looks exasperated and ignores Fujine, and Saber just sits, eating her food. I worked pretty hard to make all this, but it's looking like that might have backfired. The dinner, which I'd intended to make Tosaka admit defeat, ended boisterously thanks to Fujine's eccentric behavior.
Wow, the shortest meal we've ever had. It didn't go into like too many extreme details about how preciously it was made and how upset Shiro was that no one was paying attention to him.
Well, he got home before everybody else did, so no one could pay attention to him do it.
I'll be heading home, senpai.
Yeah, Fujine, get Sakura home safely.
Yeah, Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
Fujine takes Sakura's hand and they turn to go.
With my terrible hand clasp.
It just means you're an expert.
Is this supposed to be
Yes, it's you.
me? Which me?
You.
Which me?
There's only one you on the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay. What? You're looking at me weird, Shiro.
Of course I am. No normal person could move after eating so much.
Look, Rin could be here. You think so? I feel a bit full, but it was fine after I finished eating it all.
And the problem is that Taiga doesn't realize that people have limits. You can't really expect something like that from a wild tiger. Hopefully we can try to keep her contained so she doesn't run wild in polite society.
That's you.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Why wouldn't it be?
Alright, see you tomorrow. Don't stay up late, you two. I don't know why. I mean, I guess.
Yes. Good night, senpai.
See, it is you. Yep, night, Shiro.
Yes, Sakura, don't stay up too late. I say.
What? I would never. How dare you?
If she stays up
intimidate
too
me.
late, how can she walk all the way from Chicago to get here?
She sleeps on the plane.
I have to walk every day to get here at 5 in the morning to cook for your sorry ass.
That's why I had to wake up early so you don't get to cook, you know?
And wake up earlier.
Wake up early. They just go to sleep right after school and wake up to make breakfast.
Look, they didn't have a budget back then. We should just be glad his art style is a little bit better than the previous art style.
I see the two off and go back to the living room. I mentioned I had something to tell them after dinner, so Tosaka and Saber are sitting in the living room looking serious.
Good work today. So what did you want to tell us?
It's about the other masters. There's something I want to tell you two. Saber's brow furrows slightly.
Furrow.
Yeah. As a Pokemon, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As a servant, her life is focused on combat rather than a peaceful daily routine. I still don't think her wounds have completely healed. Even with her healing powers, the chest wound Lancer's noble phantasm inflicted won't heal quickly. ... With that in mind, I hesitate to tell him about Shinji. I'm the same as Shinji. I'd want to avoid I'd want to avoid fighting as much as I can, and I don't think it's right for a young girl like Saber to wield a sword.
Bet you summoned her.
How many times has he said that too?
At least 3.
Is that Saber or Ren?
It's Saber, I think.
Yeah, it's...
Shiro,
Yeah, it's... Yeah,
do you not
sorry.
have something to tell us?
Oh yeah, let me get right to the point. I met Ryder and her master today.
Oh shit.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Music stopped. Alright. What? Ryder's master? When did that happen?
That's... Oh, wow, okay, it's...
That's me. Yeah, alright.
Oh, that's absurd. What were you thinking, meeting an enemy master alone?
Whoa, hold on, calm down. It's okay, I didn't get hurt or anything. Don't get so mad.
Do not get moved. No, I am certainly not angry. I'm simply stupefied by your actions, Shiro.
Sorry,
No,
I'm so
like-
happy someone
like-
finally called him an idiot.
Lightning, let me tell you something funny. Let me tell you something funny about him has literally seen her fight. He has seen her get stabbed by Lancer, and he has seen her get fucked up by Berserker. That is all he's seen of Saber. You might be thinking Unlimited Blade Works.
He also saw her like just absolutely clean the floor with Archer.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you just one-shot an Archer. It happens. They're not
Yeah.
swordsmen.
Ditto. Well, there's no point in getting angry over what's done. So explain yourself, Shiro.
Tosaka and Saber are glaring at me, obviously furious. Crap. I knew they would say something about me being rash, but I never imagined they'd be so... livid. I met the master this afternoon. I just followed him because he said he wanted to talk, and I didn't fight him or anything. Good luck, you two.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell. So, what kind of person was Master's Rider?
Was Master's Rider?
Rider's Master. I don't know. I've given up on trying to read.
What sort of person? It was Shinji. He called out to me when I was walking around school looking for sources of the bounded field. He said he wanted to talk, so I followed him to the Mato house.
Mato.
Mato.
What? Shinji? You mean the Shinji?
Yeah, the one that likes puppies.
God, no.
Yeah, Ryder was obviously obeying Shinji, and he knew about the Holy Grail War. Apparently, the Mato family is a noble family of mages.
Yes, that's true, but that's impossible. The Matau family should have completely diminished by now. No matter what they tried, no child of the Matau family could have magic circuits.
Tosaka seems pretty sure of what she's saying. If she says so, then Shinji and Sakura really don't have any magic circuits. Yeah, Shinji said the same thing, but he said he still knows about magecraft, and since he was the eldest Mel, that knowledge is passed down to him. So Sakura doesn't know anything. Anyway, that means he's a master similar to me. He doesn't have any magical energy, so you weren't able to detect him.
I see. My mistake. I should have known there would be cases like him. As long as he had grimoires lying around, he could become a master. Ugh. That means he saw right through everything I was doing. How could I be so careless?
Tosaka is beating herself up for what she's done so far. She may be almost flawless, but it seems like she can be kind of ditzy too. The problem is that most of those how do you say that? Gaffs turn out to be fatal.
Shiro has no right to say that.
Well, he's not perfect.
Is that me?
Yeah.
I think? Yeah. Okay. I screwed up. I should have kept a closer eye on Shinji. Had I known, I wouldn't have left him. I wouldn't let him construct that bounded field.
Remember, Saber doesn't even know what a Shinji is.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, about that. Shinji said he wasn't the one who set up the bounded field over the school. He said there's another master at school.
Yes, I suppose that would be true. It's pretty obvious there's a master at school we're not aware of. But Shiro, don't tell me you believe Shinji when he said he wasn't the one who set up the bounded field.
No, I'm not that much of a sucker. As long as Shinji's in our school, I'd give it a 50-50 chance it's his doing. The other half is done by the other master.
50-50, huh? If you think that's the ratio, you're really a sucker. Well, whatever. Your optimism is what makes you who you are, and that's probably why Shinji thought it would be okay to reveal his identity to you. You're a dumbass. Anyway, what did you talk to Shinji about?
He asked whether I wanted to team up with him. Shinji has no intention of fighting, and it sounded like he wanted to work with someone, so as long as he knew them.
Don't tell me you...
No, you turn this kind of thing down normally, right? I already teamed up with you anyway. If I were to answer, I should first consult you too.
Oh, right. That's true, but did you say you turned him down?
Yeah, I know I said I would have consulted you about this, but I made my decision about Shinji on my own. There wasn't much to talk to you about anyway. Oh, but did I still do something rash?
Not really. I think you made the right call. Besides, he was only asking you, so there's no room for me to butt in anyway.
The way she's mumbling makes her seem, well, not quite herself. That was all I talked to Shinji about. I saw Ryder too, but it didn't seem like she was that powerful of a servant to me. She's definitely not like Berserker, and she didn't seem as intense as Lancer. Ryder seemed decent. Smelled like blood.
If Master felt that way, then it's likely true. But a servant's true power is determined by their noble phantasm. Until we find out who Ryder truly is, please do not let your guard down around her, Shiro.
Yeah, I have no clue which hero Ryder is. You know, Lancer and Berserker obviously look like heroes. But Ryder didn't have the same aura. She felt like she was different from typical servants.
You know, he also thought that about Saber, but apparently she's the strongest, so like what do?
But yeah, but Saber had
Yeah.
armor on, you know?
Different from typical servants, you say? I do not quite understand, but do you think you would be able to explain Shiro's discomfort, Rin?
Well, yeah, I guess I can understand, at least logically. You see, the master influences which heroic spirits is summoned as a servant, so because of that, master and servant tend to be similar. Interesting that they think that. For example, if the master is a noble person, they'll summon a heroic spirit of a similar disposition. On the other hand, a scarred, traumatized person is likely to summon a servant with similar experiences.
Oh god, what happened to Ilya?
So that's probably why Shiro felt something off from Ryder. A master with a twisted personality might summon a vengeful ghost, so that it goes close to a heroic spirit rather than a hero.
A vengeful ghost close to a heroic spirit? Is that what you meant before?
That's right. A tyrant who enjoys the sight of blood and does not think twice about killing. These are plenty of heroes famous only for their brutality, so it would be a surprise for someone like that to become a servant as well. ...
Is that true? Now that I think about it, I smelled blood on Ryder, but I didn't get the impression that she was a bloodthirsty murderer. That's all I have on Ryder. There's one more thing, and this might be the most important point. According to Ryder, there's apparently a master in Ryoto Temple. Someone's collecting magical energy from everyone in town. What do you two think of that?
I'm gonna assume that's me.
Yeah.
Again. Ryoto Temple. Are you talking about that temple at the top of the mountain?
Isn't it the student council president's temple?
Yeah.
It is.
Last
That's
name
why he was
Ryoto.
talking about it.
Is it possible that the student council is also a master?
Penny, not everyone you come across has to be a master, you know?
Yeah,
But-
jeez.
But he lives in the mountain.
He does live in the mountain. True.
Yeah. He's secretly the main character.
Yeah, that's the one. Do you know anything about it, Tosaka?
Actually, not at all. I've never been to Ryoto Temple. For some reason, I have this cross, and my godparent is a Christian priest. I never thought to go to a Buddhist temple. I don't know what the kind of master would be up there, but a normal one wouldn't think to set up camp in a desolate place like that.
Maybe
I
she
don't-
You
just,
should go-
maybe she is like
maybe you should
a
call
T
up
with
the
two dots.
priest.
The priest?
Yeah, you should call the priest just to see what he thinks.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised when I heard there was a
You know
master
what?
at Ryoto
That's fucking
Temple.
priest.
He's supposed to be a neutral person. I don't know if he's allowed to.
No, call him the priest. He's always up for conversation.
You just want to talk about Hawkeye Star Rail, don't you?
Being
Maybe.
there might not draw much attention, but there are tons of monks living in the temple. We should definitely hear about it if they pulled something strange.
Running gag. I don't buy it. Even if that were true, Ryoto Temple is way out of in the sticks. If they were to cast a net across Miyama and Shinto, that would be a powerful magic, but a waste of magical energy. Even if they collected magical energy from a wide range, executing a large-scale magecraft would be impossible.
Tosaka thinks for a moment, looking troubled. I'm relying on her experience here, so I can't interrupt her.
I think that's probably Saber.
That is Saber.
Plomper,
Or whoever do.
just for the scene.
Actually, Shiro's story is plausible. If that master is able to take a hold of the temple, they would likely be able to execute magecraft to that caliber effortlessly.
Huh? Do you know something about Ryoto Temple, Saber? I haven't taken you there yet.
Have you forgotten, Shiro? I participated in the previous Holy Grail War. I know this town very well, and I know about the ley line that formed at the temple.
A ley line? Hold on. That's what it's at my house. Why would there be two ley line centers in one area?
I do not know why, but that temple is like a sanctuary for mages. I hear all life forms in that area flows towards the temple, so it is the perfect point to collect souls. A mage would simply have to tap into its natural flow to collect life force from the whole town.
That's the first I've heard of it. But if that's true, it would certainly be possible for someone to steal life force from the entire city. So that area is spiritually powerful, right? That's just obvious. Otherwise, people wouldn't have built a temple up there in the first place. Of
I'm pretty
course.
sure that was me saying that, but
Oh, was that you? Jeez,
Yeah.
Louise, I can't tell anymore. Rin exposits so much. Of
She does.
course, you don't have to tell me that.
who knows who says this one?
I think it's you.
It's a weird thing for
Maybe.
me to, it's a weird thing for me to know, but
You did know about the fact that it was a spiritual place.
I figured as much. Temples and shrines have traditionally been built where there are gods to protect the town. Didn't sound like me. Monks don't pray to gods and Buddha to offer people blessings. Instead, their job is to seal up any area that people believe are unlucky, to ward off calamity. So based on that, it's no surprise that a mountain where Ryoto Temple is located is a special place.
See, I think I didn't say anything.
Hey, don't tell me you thought Ryoto Temple was just there for show. I guess it was.
What's wrong with that? I just thought it was just some temple because there aren't any practicing thaumaturges.
Practicing thaumaturges? What's that?
They're people who help spirits go to heaven by means other than sutra readings, worship, or prayer. An enlightened person can pull it off through Shinto and Buddhist rites, but monks who aren't as experienced aren't able to reach that level, so they add their own powers to cast spells just like us. There's an organization for those people here in the country. I don't know much about them, though, since it's nothing like the Mages Association. But more importantly, we should focus on the temple. If that temple's built on a ley line, masters would jump at their chance to seize it at their earliest opportunity, so why would other masters overlook it?
Because Ryoto Temple's there. It's under surveillance, so it wouldn't be abused.
All the monks at Ryoto Temple are real priests in training. They're not outliers like us, so it would be easy for a master to cajole people like them.
No, that isn't correct, Ren. It would indeed be easy for a master to gain control of that temple, but the mountain is surrounded by a bounded field, which proves problematic for masters.
Unless...
Unless...
A bounded field that would be trouble for us.
Yes, some sort of thaumaturgy is at work, which removes everything other than natural spirits from that mountain. It does not affect humans, but servants are quite vulnerable to it.
It gets rid of everything other than natural spirits? Does that mean servants can't set foot on that mountain?
It is not impossible, but our abilities will likely be considerably weakened. It's like receiving a command spell order to not enter that place.
Then how is the master at Ryoto Temple able to maintain their servant up there?
In fact, the temple itself is not under the bounded field. I also hear that it works like a boundary which protects the temple. A bounded field just repels everything. Oh, just repels anything approaching from the outside. It has no other function.
So what we need to do is hire a helicopter to drop us down over the temple. So once you're inside, there's no thaumaturgy that controls servants? Well, that's weird. And closing the temple like that would cut off the ley line. There should at least be one pathway in, or it would be at a central point.
That's right. Oh, that is a fuck. That is
It's
right.
okay.
If you think in terms of the temple, it cannot refuse visitors approaching by the way of its main entrance. Following this logic, it is my understanding that the main road leading to the temple does not have a bounded field cast over it. The main gate is the only place that does not have power to command servants like us.
DJ, you just walk in. You just walk through the front door.
I see. I guess that is logical. If all the gates were completely closed off, the air inside would grow stagnant. So there's one main gate.
That is all I can tell you. So please draw your conclusions. If you have determined that there is a master present, then there is only one thing to do.
We're going to the temple, but not to get married.
I know what Saber wants to say. Her eyes are telling me that since we know the enemy's location, we just need to attack. But...
Is that me?
It's you.
I'm going to pass. It feels like a trap, and honestly, I don't want to make a move based on only the information we have now. If we're going into the enemy's own base, we should wait until we know what sort of servant they have. Ooh, hiccup.
That is unexpected. I thought you would be the first to suggest fighting.
Insult me if you want. Archer's not back to his full strength, so I'm going to remain a spectator for now.
Understood. Then, Shado, let us head over to the temple by ourselves.
... Saber is a matter of fact about it. But I'm...
Oh no.
relying on
It's time
pending.
for your favorite pending! Now, you should remember, the last time we said, don't fight, it ended in a horrific death.
Yep. I mean,
Ending.
I think... Yes.
Plompers believes in you.
Don't worry. If it's a bad choice, I'll be there for you at the end.
I'll also
That
be
is
there for you
true.
at the end.
That is true. I mean, okay, I think it's a really bad idea to fight. But then again, Saber thinks it's a good idea. And Saber seems to know what she's talking about.
And it is Saber's storyline.
And it is Saber's storyline.
And there is a potential for Saber points.
Yeah, and probably agreeing with Saber is a way towards Saber points.
That is a potential. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you. You are the chosen one.
Pending.
Pending.
I'm
Ding.
gonna go against
Ding.
my initial instinct, and I'm gonna put my faith in Saber and let's fight.
I'll go on the offensive. There's a master at Ryoto Temple, and I need to stop them from sucking up magical energy from everyone in town as soon as possible. I agree
Worst
with
case
Saber. Worst case
Worst case
scenario.
scenario, if this is the wrong choice, at least we'll get the bad ending relatively quickly.
True.
I agree with Saber. I'm not thrilled about to be one making the move here, but it depends on the opponent too. If we want to find out what sort of master we're dealing with, we should go to the Ryoto Temple as soon as possible.
I mean, technically, Shiro didn't die in the last bad ending we had.
True.
And it is time to head out, Shado. I'm very glad to see you be so proactive.
Be right back.
Okay. Fine, there's nothing I could do or say since you've already decided, but just be careful.
Tosaka?
I'm going to rest. I have no interest in a battle I can't win, but if you aren't back by tomorrow, I'll at least go collect your remains in the spirit of our alliance.
What the hell? Why would she say something so ominous?
It is a war.
That is likely Ren's way of warning us. We are certain to face death. We are certain to face defenses.
Face death.
Mental. Face
Oh,
death.
death too.
We're certain to face defenses meant to ward off intruders into Ryoto Temple. We will need to pass through the enemy traps and beat the Master, the Lord of the Stronghold.
Well, you're right, but... I'm not so enthusiastic and confident that I think I'm going to go in there and beat the Master. I just want to learn their identity and motives. If all goes well, we might be able to avoid battle, and if things get hairy, we can retreat. I won't ever let her suffer or look so pained again. We'll just have to retreat right away if it starts to look too dangerous.
If she can even move by then, sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The clouds zip by overhead. Must be a strong wind up there.
Master, it is almost midnight. Man, Saber's talking a lot today.
If you want to switch out, we can. Rain's no longer here.
Honestly, sure.
Okay, we switched out. There you go.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Red, that's you.
Yeah, the town's gone to sleep, so it's good time to head out. I nod as I grab my shinai bag. Inside I packed a bamboo sword I found in the shed. It's not the greatest weapon for going up against a servant, but as long as my strengthening magecraft works, I should be able to survive at least one attack. Saber, we're only going to Erodo Temple to check things out. We're going to see who the master is and what class their servant is. We're not here to start a fight.
Understood. But if the enemy desires a fight, or if I determine you are in danger, I will not hold back. That is the truth, Lightning. It is unfortunately the truth. As long as we are heading into enemy territory, please prepare yourself for the possibility of death.
The possibility of death. The
By
scales
my
of
hands!
the scales of fate weigh on one end of the master of Rio Temple, and on the other, us, the intruders. The scales are balanced right now, and they may tip one way or the other tonight. We head west from the intersection and hurry along the empty road. Rio Temple is located at the end of the gently sloping mountain path, opposite the more developed Shinto. There's a long set of stairs. The road that leads up to one of the tallest mountains Fuyuki is all but swallowed up by the ominous darkness. Saber, do you sense any servants around?
Yes, I cannot be certain of anything specific, but I can definitely sense a servant.
Saber detecting abilities seem to be weakened, probably by the bounded field set up over Ryoto Temple.
It is an ill-flavored wind tonight, Shiro. Do not leave my side, even for a moment.
I just nod in answer, and then start up the stone stairs.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
The air feels tense.
Clank, clank, clink, clank.
Choo choo, choo choo. Shrouded in the dark of night, the forest echoes with a soft rustling sounds. With every step I take, worry gnaws at my stomach.
Every step you take, every move you make.
Every step you take, every breath you take, someone's watching you.
The temple gate finally comes into view. Nothing happened so far. There's no sign of the temple gates are wide open. There's no sign of the enemy, and the temple gates are wide open, as if inviting us inside.
Oh, now we get a metal noise. Shiro, stop.
Huh? Is it an enemy saber?
Yes, but it's not a servant. Their presence is too weak. It is likely a familiar tasked to surveillance. We can ignore it, but...
There must be something about that surveillance familiar that makes her hesitate. Saber frowns and glares at the temple gates just a few steps ahead of us. Saber, is something bothering you?
I do not know. I cannot tell if I am feeling this chill because of the familiar, or if it is whatever is protecting the temple gate. Oh, there seems to be a gatekeeper of some sort, but they appear to be absent at the moment. I do not want to admit it, but it seems we are lucky that I am fortunate not to have to confront whatever is protecting this gate.
So there's a gatekeeper, but they're not here right now?
Yes, they already know we are here. There could be only two reasons the gatekeeper has pulled back. Do you know what those two reasons might be, Shiro?
The gatekeeper was either pulled back to hide from us, or they're going to let us through the gates, but don't intend to let us leave. Either way, we're not going to accomplish anything unless we get inside. It's a trap, Saber. Can you tell what's going on in there?
It's a trap!
It's a trap!
No. All I can say is that I can sense the presence of a servant.
Got it. I guess I won't be learning anything unless we go inside. Saber nods.
Clink, clink.
Let's go. Whatever we do, whatever they do to us, we're not getting anything out of this trip until we see the opponent's faces. Saber and I approach the temple gate. For a brief moment, the clouds drift across the moon, swallowing up its light. Our vision falls into darkness.
Oh?
Eh? In the darkness, I thought I saw a beautiful snake slithering between the trees.
Was that Ryder?
Wait, Saber.
That was.
I thought I stopped Saber, who's trying to walk through the temple gate.
Shiro?
Her golden hair whips around, but suddenly...
am I
Oh,
gonna have
did
to play
Ryder
Snake
set up
later
a
right now?
trap for us?
Is that me?
Yeah.
Forced teleportation? But that's impossible. There is no such thing as transfer in magecraft in this age. But Caster.
Saber's figure distorts. What kind of magecraft is this? Saber becomes distorted like a mirage and... This is bad! Pull back, Saber! Your body's fading!
No, Shiro, you are the one being transported. Hurry, take my hand.
Gah! Transport? Like teleportation?
Shiro, reach out. You are being pulled.
Saber kicks off the ground to grab hold of my arm. But then... The dark figure of the servant cuts in from the side.
Is this me?
Yeah.
You let your... God, I am sorry. I know what this voice is, and I'm not... this is like the wrong time to be doing it. I forgot that I had a thing, but...
Yeah, you did like
I know it's supposed to be the snake voice. I just don't know if I... No, yep, because I had a thing where it's like, during certain conditions, I use the snake voice, and certain conditions, I don't use the snake voice. This is still snake voice. Because I'm dumb. And I like to make my life harder. You let your guard down, Saber. Your resistance to magecraft has backfired. If you weren't so powerful, you wouldn't have been able to protect him.
You would have.
Oh, you would have been able to protect him.
Oh, I can say this since you got your line.
Yeah, I'm back again, so I'm gonna need help.
I got you, girl. I got you. What? You are a servant.
Black and silver figures clash. Saber versus Ryder.
That we'll never get to see.
The two confront one another on top of the stone steps. What? Saber? Saber!
Snake? Snake!
I feel myself pulled through dimensions, twisted out of mine and through others, deposited back into reality.
I think we might be moving closer to Ilya.
My blood flows
think so?
backwards. For a moment, my organs flip inside out, and I'm overwhelmed by nausea. Oh, this is you, by the way, Plompers. But
Oh,
this
wait.
is the
Is it
character
what-
that hasn't shown up yet.
Oh, it's
okay.
that other character, yeah.
Oh my. I meant to hook a dragon, but I seem to have caught something much smaller in my nets.
What? I turn around to face whatever's behind me. I don't have time to figure out who it is. I swing my wooden sword behind me, not even taking it out of the shinai bag.
What a beautiful way of reading this ancient language that I'm sure is pronounced very well.
Ah! I'm blown away. Something strikes the side of my chest, and my body sinks into a watery surface.
No, that's just what he hears. Because his, ears are probably filled with blood. He can't
Yeah.
hear shit.
Huh? What the? The liquid turns red. My body, the whole right side of my chest is gone.
I'm starting to think we might not live through this one.
You don't think so?
Maybe not.
What?
I mean, we've died 3 times.
You know, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you guys would die to Ilya, but no, you died to another character of mine. Guys, get good. You died to two
I mean,
other
Ilya's probably still gonna be there at the end, because it's Ilya's thing.
Holy shit! What a stupid boy. boy. He walked into my temple equipped with barely anything in the way of magic resistance. It appears Saber was not blessed with a proper master. ...
The purple robed figure snickers. I'm dizzy. I need to get up and take Saber's hand, but I'm shaky in my body.
Worried about Saber? Don't. I'll take Saber. I need her noble phantasm to defeat Berserker. You'll die here and now, but she will live on as my slave.
I don't have any strength in me. My fingers, they're cold as ice. My consciousness fades into darkness and mud.
Goodbye, boy. You're not even worth keeping alive as you're not even worth keeping as a slave, weak as you are. But I will take your command spells and use them far better than you ever would have. Was she holding a skeleton?
He was holding
Is that-
something.
Is that a master or a servant that's talking?
A crooked blade glints in the darkness and begins cutting out my command spells.
It's a blade.
I'm in a black, murky water. The only thing in my motionless eye I'd see the clouds swallowing up the moon.
I feel
Dead
like
end.
I feel
Yeah,
okay.
so like I said, 2 out of 3 characters y'all died to for me. So
In my defense, I thought Saber had that. Saber seems so confident.
Okay, here we go.
You imbecile!
So,
What in the hell were you thinking going out there with her when her wounds haven't healed yet?
She seemed like she had it.
You just became a master, so you need to train a bit more.
that's right. You might not be able to avoid me killing you, but letting that vixen kill you is so uncool. Head back to your previous choice and stay home tonight.
Thanks, Ilya.
That's right. Make sure you think real hard next time and choose more carefully. Well, now, your friendly Tiger Jojo, which welcomes you with open arms despite your stupid mistakes, is entering its 3rd episode already. Everyone might be getting used to this Jojo by now. Are they? Okay, never mind, that's you.
Are they really? What are you trying to get at, Taiga? Is there something else you want to say?
This is the only time where there actually is a thing that tells us who's talking, and I still messed up. Yes, actually. I'm sure everyone is starting to wonder by now.
About what?
Then I'm going to say it. Don't you think wearing gym shorts is a little bit on the nose?
But it's a dojo? I'm going to be working out, so I'm just wearing gym clothes.
I see, so that's why. I guess that makes sense. I just thought it would be some sort of scheme. A naughty girl like you would come up to steal what little thunder I have. Zoom in on the face.
You're thinking way too much about this, Taika. You and I are on completely different levels. I don't have to be dressed to the nines to beat someone like you.
Oh, you're right. You and I are treated differently, and there's no need to compete with each other. Good. We're gonna be BFFs.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
A gym uniform is a sign of energetic vitality, so I'll allow you to keep wearing it.
Uh-huh, okay. Obviously, I hope you can count your blessings that I'm not in a maid outfit or a school swimsuit. I was actually thinking of wearing different outfits every time, you know?
What's with this obvious special treatment? I'm not jealous. That idea got nixed anyway, so you and I are on an even playing field. You need to do this faster. I have a phone call I have to take apparently. But I'm a little curious, Click. What other outfits are you planning on wearing, Click?
Things like a boys' school uniform, a Kamakura style outfit, a grown-up me version, a snowman, an apron, a kimono, a German-style military officer uniform. Lo and behold, there were supposed to be 40 different variations.
I've heard enough. Your blessed love is too much. I hate it.
Extra.
Also, I kind of want to know to see what the uniform looks like, so I'm a little disappointed in that.
Yeah, I think it would have been childish to change something that's already been decided.
I totally agree. What were the developers thinking getting rid of my route? Did they just hate money? There was no route even planned for you. What, meow? Hey, you scoundrel, get back here! Help!
Oh, hey there, Reggie.
Well, just take it easy. What is in her mouth?
And she's gone. And Tiger's out cold. So maybe I
Where
should
is that
head
her
back
mouth?
too.
I don't know. I have no idea.
A lollipop? I don't know. Go get your stamp and okay. See you at the next dead end. And hopefully by my hands.
Thank you, Ilya.
Okay.
Are you gonna take the call? I don't know.
Go take the call. I'll be safe.
I'm calling now, so, deal with it.
Okay. Good luck with your call.
All right.
Good luck.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we won't fight.
Don't worry, Pending. You can be Ren.
Okay.
No, I agree with Tosaka. We should be going there yet.
What? Are you saying you will not fight either?
Look, I saw how this played out.
That is ridiculous. What was the point of me resting then? We must strike first, especially now that we know where our enemy is.
I know that, but we need to wait, Saber. If the Master Riedo Temple is so thoroughly prepared, they'll have set a trap for us. Probably some sort of teleportation that will teleport me inside by myself and kill me. Just saying. The likelihood is pretty high. Rushing in without a plan is suicide. Tosaka is right. We should at least wait until Archer is covered.
What's gone into you? You sound so much smarter than like 2 seconds
It was
ago.
my mom, so I had to pick it up. Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome back. These are the risks that we must always face. I do not expect victory without injury or setback. Even if the enemy's traps pierce my body, I can fight on so long as I have my head.
That didn't work out.
No matter how badly injured I am, it is worth the risk if we can defeat its master, is it not?
Yeah, the real problem wasn't Saber getting beat. It was Shiro being beat.
Yeah.
What? Don't be such a fool. Who would ever say it's okay to get hurt? It's fine going in knowing the risks, but a suicidal mission is stupid. As your master, I can't let you do something so dangerous. Going over to Riedo Temple would be suicide, no question. The lone road leading up to the temple is sure to be packed with traps and obstacles. Maybe both. It's one thing to go in expecting the dangers, but doing it without a plan to deal with them is suicidal. I feel like this is one of those ones where, like, if you decide to go in and die, they really beat into you if you choose the other option. Wow, you were stupid. Choose that other option.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought Saber knew what she was doing. I put my trust in Saber.
You're the master!
You
I'm
are
sorry,
the
I thought
master.
you had this. I'm new to this still.
You can disagree with your love interest. It's normal.
It's true.
I was deferring to her judgment.
You can disagree with your love interest. It's normal.
It's funny because they were specifically saying you can get Saber points by choosing it. Remember that?
I remember that, yeah.
Sometimes Pending. It's about making the right decision.
I get no,
Not the simp decision.
I will keep that in mind for the future. And then next time I will disagree with Saber, and that'll be the bad.
No matter how powerful Saber is, she's still held back by my weakness. I would hate to push her to fight and end up, damn, it's like he had that, he knows what happened in the bad ending.
Yeah.
If it ends up like he did last time, I can't agree to just charge him blindly.
It'd be funny if he had like a flashback to like Ilya in the dojo instead. But as like last time, I'll be stuck in that dojo again.
And Anya will be waiting for you.
Yeah. And
And
she's
me
always
too.
and, and you two are always so mean about
Listen,
it.
That's our reason
Why?
for existence.
exactly. We're here to
Yeah.
drill in the fact that you picked the wrong choice.
It's
Yes.
I do not think to hear you say such a thing again. Listen, Master. Servants are meant to get hurt. I will not allow my master to avoid battle simply for fear of that eventuality.
You
Fine.
got this.
It doesn't matter if you don't allow it. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't matter if you don't allow it. If you're going to keep being so reckless, I'll stop you as many times as I have to. If you don't like that, then hurry up and heal yourself. You're still not fully healed, are you?
Not so much that it should interfere with my ability to fight. Delaying combat because you're so concerned about a wound is pointless.
Apparently not, is what I learned.
Saber just won't change her mind about fighting. Ugh. Why don't she understand, no matter what I say? Yeah, well, I'm not budging. You lost a berserker before. Are you going to push through and keep on fighting so we can both be defeated again? You've got to be kidding me. I don't want to get killed all over again. ... And then, I expect Saber to argue. Instead, she just draws in a breath and...
That was cruel, Shido.
Her tone is apologetic. I'm sorry to be unfair, but I'm still not willing to attack yet. I know I can't let the Master Ryoto Temple do as they please, but we're in no condition to fight. If we rush in now and are defeated, then who will stop the Master Ryoto Temple? Listen, we're going to attack, but only after your wound is healed, and we're in peak condition. If you have a problem with that, go find another master.
Understood. If Master insists.
Saber's voice is quiet as she answers, and then falls silent. Our conversation ends there. Tosaka and Saber both go back to their rooms. I'm left alone in the living room, and I find myself starting to regret what I did. Well, it's too late. I could have said it differently, so why did I have to say it the way I did?
Because you're Shiro.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you don't exactly have a way with the ladies.
Why was I only able to convince her with words that cut her so deep? It won the argument, kind of.
It did. I mean,
You know, sometimes about relationships, it's not about winning an argument.
Jay, this isn't about a relationship, okay? I mean, it is, but it's also about winning a relationship. It's about winning a life or death war battle relationship.
I don't know. If you win, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. It's a quiet, windless night. It's past midnight. Darkness blankets the sky. The town itself is like a dark sea, illuminated by the moonlight. Overhead, the clouds move across the sky. At ground level, there's not a breath of wind. Higher up, the air must be roaring as the clouds swim by. I think it's Saber.
I'll do it this time.
Okay.
There is at least some wind.
Maybe she hears the inaudible wind. She mutters quietly as she looks into the windy sky.
Is it?
The young girl known as Saber stands quietly in the middle of the yard, glaring up at the sky. Her golden hair is beautiful, even in the dark of night. Her clear green eyes remain on the moon as it flickers in and out of view.
Since Saber is going to be talking a lot again.
She glances toward the corner of the yard once. There is an old shed. Her lord sleeps there.
If you say you will not fight, fine. Oh, I'm not going to talk a lot.
There's a heavy clang. The sound of iron melts into the darkness without reaching anyone's ear. The moon hides, then reveals itself once again. As the clouds above float past, the girl's appearance changes radically. Solid, heavy armor. She can no longer be called a girl in her blue raiment. Now, she's shrouded in steely armor, woven of magical energy, intense enough that it would overwhelm all others. In her hand, she holds an invisible sword, concealed by the same magical energy that surpasses human understanding. The figure, once considered undefeatable on the battlefield, proves that someone like her still exists in this day and age. Though her sword is invisible, the majestic air she exudes proves her exceptional skill as a swordsman.
I don't know. I can kind of still see the sword right now.
That is what has made her Saber. Look, that's for Pending, all right? They want Pending to know she's holding a sword.
Oh, I see.
The hero of the sword, said to be the strongest of all 7 servants. A knight among knights who remains ever civil and acts according to her lord's will. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be, she remains the ideal swordsman who would never defy her lord. ... But that ends tonight. She is here, defying her lord's order. Rather, she's not truly disobeying her lord. This is her way of bringing her lord victory, the result of her own determination.
He is too naive. If he continues on this path, it will lead only to death at another master's hands.
But this is...
We already did the bad end.
But this master will never change his ways.
You think they're both bad ends?
Then it must be her duty to be heartless. If her
The
master will
result
not
of
fight...
talking to Sakura has finally led to a bad end.
It happens,
Butterfly
Pending.
effect.
That's what happens if you talk to Sakura. You'll just eventually die randomly for no reason.
Slow deaths lead to me.
If her master will not fight, then his sword must.
My wounds have not healed. I cannot expect a supply of magical energy from Master.
But that still poses no hindrance in battle.
No, I'm starting to wonder if talking to Sakura actually leads to bad ends.
After confirming her own abilities, she returns her gaze to the moon. She has no concern for the shed where her lord sleeps any longer. Now that she is armed and wearing her armor, the only thing on her mind is defeating her enemies. The moon darkens. The moment a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the walls to the mansion grounds. She runs through the darkness. The silvery swordsman rushes through the sleeping town. She has but one destination, Rieto Temple, sitting at the heart of the sacred mountain on the town's outskirts. Even Saber understands how difficult it will be to single-handedly defeat the master lurking in the temple. Shiro is correct, but she is bound to suffer great injury, or at worst, die herself. But how can she call herself a servant if she cannot do the impossible? Servants are driven by their superior abilities and unassailable pride. They are proud as heroes and have earned that confidence in numerous battles they've fought. As heroic spirits, whose lore have been passed down and respected since ancient times, they cannot lose no matter who they face. They have lore, you know? Lore is important. They cannot even imagine defeat.
Was the weak link, so maybe without Shiro there, it'll actually go better.
Maybe.
She is no exception. However, much of her innocence may still be left to her. Being granted the title of Saber is all the more reason she cannot ignore that pride. And that pride will not allow her to just sit by and do nothing when she can face her enemy. And so she must brave any trap that await her and face her enemy even if she is alone. If she has no chance of winning, then she must simply use her sword to create one. Her sword is a celebrated blade that has cut countless enemies down. As long as she has invisible air, there's nothing for her to fear. She runs through the mountain pass and up the road leading to the temple. After she cuts through the mountain pass, an imposing stone staircase awaits her.
Oh, we've been here.
That's true.
Ah, this is certainly...
It is certainly different from the Rieto Temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is barren. The land's lifeline is contaminated long ago. This place is the land of death. The moment one enters, there can be no escape. ... She does not hesitate. Saber does not as much break stride as she runs up the steps. Scenery flies by. Her footsteps echo on the stone stairs, and the mountain begins to stir. The stairs are long, stretching across a great distance. The temple gates are far, even for Saber, who shoots up the stairs like an arrow. So long are the stairs that it is impossible for one to pass through the gate undetected. An ambush surely awaits her along the way. Reaching the gate will not be easy. Whatever schemes may await her, she must simply smash through them to keep moving. Nothing will stop her. Even were Berserker to appear before her, she would break through. Such is her determination, her confidence. She reached the top. Just as she is about to reach the temple gates, an obstacle presented itself.
Am I back? No.
Oh?
Oh, this is new.
Oh, who are you?
Saber.
Saber. Oh, that's me, right? I don't know what noise to make. Sorry.
Saber stops. Despite her determination to push through no matter what enemy she faces, she is surprised by what she finds. It appears so naturally, like a breeze. The man appears before her, lacking any trace of enmity, but it leaves not a single opening for an attack.
You.
Saber stops and readies her invisible sword. The man before her, backlit by the moon, ignores Saber's menacing glare as if it were nothing to him.
Samurai?
She has heard about them, but she's bewildered by the sight of one. This is her second Holy Grail war. Even though she has seen many other heroic spirits, this is the first time seeing a servant like him. ... Sweat beads on Saber's brow. She isn't afraid, rather she is struggling to comprehend the situation. It's not as if she has never encountered strange servants. Certainly, there is no stranger and more mysterious than a servant than the archer of the last previous war. Oh, please tell me more about the archer of the last previous war.
Oh, are we going to talk about the archer of the last previous war?
By comparison, the servant before her is hardly frightening and possesses no incredible weaponry. And that is exactly what makes it strange. She senses nothing from the man. There is no doubt he is a servant, but he seems to possess neither a noble phantasm nor magical energy.
Oh. That. Okay.
He should be an easy foe. Oh, Lightning, it's because there's not a first-person narrator, it's a third-person narrator. So it's probably...
Yeah, apparently even though Shiro is not here, Shiro is still narrating.
Well, it's definitely not his narration style, at least.
No.
Yeah, it's more like an omnipotent narrator for this part.
He should be an easy foe. Their fight should end in a single blow, but her instincts give her one very simple warning. Do not underestimate him. This servant has a means of inflicting instant death. ... She can't get closer. His katana is unconventionally long for a Japanese sword, making it hard to gauge spacing. But more than that, Saber's position puts her in a huge disadvantage.
He has the high ground.
The man stands on top of the stairs, and Saber stands below him. He's about 5 meters from her. His sword will reach her before she can rush him. But she feels nothing from his sword. Repelling it should be easy. She should not be able to be afraid to step in, but Saber senses somehow she should not. Saber adjusts her grip on her sword and glares at the man ahead of her. She may not know his identity, but she should at least be able to determine his class.
I ask of you, what servant are you?
Saber doesn't expect an answer. After a brief smile,
Servant, assassin, Asaki Kojiro.
Just go home. Just go all the way back home. I'm not even talking about where you are now. I mean, go all the way back home. And I want you to explain to your parents what you just did.
I'm doing a Japanese accent. He's obviously Japanese.
I mean, he is Japanese, but
You're not wrong.
and that was not a sing-song voice, Jess.
No, I pictured him having a cool voice, but okay.
No, we don't. I don't do cool voices.
Okay, I see.
I don't do cool voices.
the servant replies given in a sing-song voice. Very sing-song. Very voice.
10 out of 10 was voice.
What?
Saber cannot help but be surprised.
By the voice.
Servants generally conceal their identities. What sort of servant would so bluntly and proudly give his name?
You. Why?
Why? What a bored question. It is only polite to introduce yourself before I
You're
do.
in charge now. I can't handle it.
All the more so against an opponent
Wait.
so beautiful as you. How odd. Then, that you should react as you have.
I don't know if I should feel offended. Should I be offended?
He's
I
also,
feel like
I think that's fair.
he's also Asian.
he is Asian as well.
I consider giving the.
That's why I'm saying, Plompers, you take over this conversation. I can't handle this anymore.
I did consider giving the Uncle Roger voice, but then I was like, the Uncle Roger voice wouldn't fit.
I'll take over this conversation. I got you, girl.
Thank you.
I got you.
The man who introduced himself as Sasaki Kojiro, the assassin, has appeared to enjoy Saber's confusion. There's no way Saber knows.
If everyone's against it, I'll just do like a normal voice.
There's no way
What?
Saber
I just-
knows.
Yes, you do.
She has no idea this servant is a swordsman who wields a longsword called the Mono Hoshizao, and was rumored to have been an unrivaled swordsman during the Keicho era of Japan. Knowing, of course, would change nothing. The man's origin is unknown, and even his existence is uncertain. His story was told only by word of mouth, and there are perhaps only one person in the world who knows the true identity of the man who is hailed as the greatest swordsman in the world. The man who never left a mark in history, but was Sasaki Kojiro's arch enemy, and the only one to have ever defeated him. So how can this man be called a hero? The assassin, Sasaki Kojiro, is a presence far removed from Saber herself. Who among heroic spirits could know the ability of a swordsman who could not normally be a heroic spirit?
Oh.
Wait, who's this?
Oh, is that you or me? I feel like it's you, because Saber is a little busy.
I think that might be Saber.
Maybe me? Okay. Whatever.
Two things are clear for her. One is that the man before her is an enemy, and the other is that he has willingly identified himself.
You are certainly correct. A knight's honor demands revealing oneself unaddressed, and that one should return to gesture in kind.
Are we gonna get Saber's identity? Is it Arthur? Is it Arthur? Is it Arthur?
Saber's voice is grave. Revealing her true name poses an immense risk. She cannot reveal her true name either under torture, nor does she have any intention of doing so. However, this is only the name of her pursuit of victory. For this same reason, she cannot tarnish her knight's honor.
Kojiro, you said. Assassin. I am.
Say no more. I know you are sort who must give your name in kind, if I do so first. It was I who was boorish.
The man descends the stairs gracefully. Assassin confronts Saber, taking slow steps down the stairs.
I need not know my enemy in this way. If we are to battle, we shall speak with our blades. Am I wrong, Saber?
I wonder where Ryder and the other one are.
What?
This should be no surprise. I do not know what you are holding, but the murder's intent surrounding you must certainly belongs to a swordsman. That beautiful, dazzling aura of a swordsman. You can only be a Saber.
He takes a step closer. Assassin descends the stone steps, and he points his sword at Saber.
I do not care to know your true name. All that matters to me is that the servant known as Saber falls by my blade. There is nothing to discuss, so that not what it is to be a servant in any case.
The swordsman laughs joyfully.
Yeah, I see. Yes, that is true.
Sorry, Pending. The enemy said, no, you don't have to say your name.
I was
still
gonna
think
be
it's
really
Arthur.
bummed out if they revealed Saber's identity in Kyrie.
Alright, just
I
like
guess,
that.
yeah.
As Saber speaks, she readies her sword.
That's the spirit. Then let us duel, Saber. I must see your swordsmanship, said to be the greatest of all servants.
A silver light leaps, solid and soft. The battle between two very different swordsmen begins under the moonlight. New servant data has been added. Interlude out.
They talked about it. It's a really long. It's a type of katana that's really long.
Ugh. I wake up to a searing pain in my chest. It feels like I've just had a bad dream. Why does my chest hurt? My heart feels like it's burning. Actually, it feels more heat from outside has been forced inside my body. From outside? I doubt myself briefly, but before I can think of what it might be, I find myself rushing outside. Saber, are you here? I open the sliding screen door to Saber's room. She's not here. Don't tell me she... No, there's no doubt. If she's not here, she went to Riedo Temple on her own. That idiot! Why? She hasn't healed, so why would she? I'm so I'm so angry, my head's starting to hurt.
If only we had agreed to fight with her.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have gone with her to fight. I'm sure nothing bad could have happened. I didn't tell her I wasn't going to fight. I just didn't want her to get hurt like that again.
He needs to worry about himself.
Ugh. There's no point in fuming here. I need to hurry to Riedo Temple. I can't let Saber fight alone. Well, I don't know what good I can do her, but if I get there, maybe I can do something. She's a girl. Why can't she just behave herself? I run.
Hey.
Wow.
I don't even take the time to change. Out front, I grab a bike and pedal as fast as I can. He's just in his pajamas. Oh no, he's in his overalls. I pedal down the hill without braking. It'll take at least 40 minutes to get to Riedo Temple, even if I rush. I don't know how long it's been since Saber left, but I need to get to her as fast as I can.
The laundry drying pole.
The laundry
What a
drying
name
pole?
for his-
Yeah,
That is the name of the sword.
It's funny when I read it in FGO. Because FGO only calls it the laundry drying pole. It doesn't call it the fucking Mono Hoshizao.
Well, that's because Mono Hoshizao is the translation of the name.
The blades cross. The edges of both swords come into contact again and again. Stroke after stroke. Sword and katana alike spark as they strike and parry. Several dozen exchanges like this after, and neither opponent has changed position. Assassin, standing higher on the steps, holds his ground. Saber, who's trying to advance up the stone steps, can't get any closer to Assassin. Over time, she bleeds more and more energy. Ha! It definitely seems like it was Saber. One of Saber's many attempts at rushing in. Assassin effortlessly swings his long blade, fully a meter and a half, and halts Saber's advance. No, he's not simply preventing an advance. If Saber's blade is lightning, Assassin's katana is a hurricane. Though Assassin may be no match for her in strength or speed, her flexible trajectory of his blade sweeps aside Saber's every attack. Oh.
Neutral evil.
Oh man, though. He's so lucky.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, can I see his weapon? Oh, there it is, the laundry drying pole.
The laundry drying pole.
There's the lore for the laundry drying pole. You can take a screenshot if you wanted it. The ricocheting katana gains speed and flips back towards Saber's neck like a gust of wind.
It's funny because the supposed place that sword is supposed to be made from is known for making really short swords, not really long swords. They mostly made tachi.
You know, sometimes you just feel like doing something different.
Apparently.
Even as Saber dodges the blow by only a hair's breadth, the long katana flicks back towards her, giving her not a moment's rest. In contrast to Saber's straight sword, Assassin's blade is curved. Assassin's cutting edge is graceful, but also draws a long extended arc.
You know what's funny?
Yes, I'm listening.
I looked up the name of the sword in Japanese because I wanted to see the characters. It gave me a bunch of laundry triangles.
What's that?
I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. I just don't know why I thought.
He shouldn't be able to match Saber's sword as it moves in a straight line, but he somehow cancels out the difference. Saber noises.
Oh,
She suddenly stops.
There you go.
I'm sorry, my cat needed my attention desperately.
It's
Tell
okay.
Tell your cat to voice Saber.
Oh, you know what, Bet? Sesame, come here! Sesame! No, she doesn't wanna.
Dang.
Maybe later.
That was a good
when she's
try.
up with
Yeah,
them.
next time.
Yeah.
Her blade isn't moving fast enough to block Assassin's counterattack. She falls back a pace, knowing it was the only way she could avoid the incoming strike. Assassin's katana traces a fascinatingly beautiful arc, but at the same time, it's so fast it's nearly impossible to follow. Is this seemingly impossibility owed to Assassin's skill, or is it owed instead to Saber being at a disadvantaged position in their battle? Unable to reach the clear conclusion, Saber continues dodging Assassin's strike and turns aside the blade as it arcs towards her neck with her own weapon. He has the high ground pending. She can't win.
Yeah.
That's not my phone this time.
Yeah, that's him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's him.
Oh, it's somebody.
Someone make a noise.
Oh, no!
The next thing she knows, she has retreated a few more steps down the stairs. The extent of his long katana's reach. It would be easier to rush up and close to him once she sweeps his sword aside, but for some reason she can't do it. It must be owed to the enemy's superb skill and her own position below him, which puts her at a disadvantage. Saber bites her lip, thinking she wouldn't have had such a hard time against that long katana if they were on flat ground.
This is certainly a problem. I had not expected fighting against an invisible blade would be so challenging.
Assassin is unmoved. He's fighting purely to defend. He needs not chase after a retreating Saber, nor does he have any reason to give up the advantage of higher ground.
This must be the first time you've seen a katana, yes? My sword is quite wicked. An ordinary opponent would fall to but a single blow. You, on the other hand, have evaded it spectacularly. This pleases me, Saber. Additionally, your cut-in technique is marvelous. You are able to do so much with that small frame of yours. You must be impeccably trained.
Assassin watches Saber.
What?
His posture relaxed, perhaps simply because he needn't go on the offensive. The tip of his blade wavers, losing strength. But Saber cannot seize the opportunity. The man is not holding a stance. A long katana like that can only be wielded as long as the wielder is able to swing the sword from any position.
Oh, it's the guy from that one duel. I was wondering where he was from.
Sasaki
Okay.
Kojiro
Yeah.
from the Miyamoto and Musashi fight?
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out which, because Miyamoto Musashi fought so many freaking people. You're telling me, oh, it's someone he fought. Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
It does! It's the one Musashi's known for fighting.
There are multiple ones he's known for fighting. He's known
Jay?
for fighting 3 people at once.
Jay, he's known for fighting this person.
I know he's known for fighting this person. I just didn't realize it because they don't tell you in the Wikipedia. So I had to find multiple Wikipedias to finally tell me which one it was.
Is something the matter? Surely you are not done.
Yeah,
That
English Wikipedia
invisible
sucks.
sword is not simply for show, is it?
You do not know when to stop talking.
The sword and katana clash.
Ha! I hover you now.
The longsword stops mid-swing. Assassin grins, glancing his katana where it stopped the invisible sword, and then parries again. While Saber catches the flash coming at her neck. Even Saber knows. She's been able to block Assassin's unfamiliar sword work thanks to her invisible sword. Her invisible sword can confuse the opponent's senses, both offensively and defensively. Assassin not following through on his attacks is proof of this. Not knowing how long Saber's sword is makes it too dangerous for Assassin to close in on her. If Assassin were to step in to attack Saber, he would do so when
Ha!
Saber tries to smash Assassin's forehead. That attack, Assassin dodges it completely as he just takes a step back.
Ah, I have a good idea of its length now. It is roughly 3 shaku long and 4 sun wide. Its shape, let's see, as befits your name, is that of a typical Western sword.
Assassin may have spoken calmly, but his exceptional skill at appraising the blade is clear. Saber's strike has been so fast, even were her sword visible, it would have been almost impossible to see. Yet, not only has he managed to defend himself from an invisible blade, he's also figured out the size and shape.
I cannot believe it. You have measured my sword without employing any magecraft or having a satisfying exchange for blades.
Surprised? However, this is but the trick of a mere street performer. In my opinion, as a wielder of a wicked sword, such tricks are the only things I get to practice.
I see. Your strategy was to simply parry my strikes to avoid being wounded. I can see now why a coward like you would call himself a wicked swordsman.
Ha ha. Well, you must forgive me for not properly trading blows with you. You see, I have this long katana. Were I to properly lock blades with you, it would certainly break. You must be the sort to go all out, but I cannot. I am unable to put my full might into every strike with this katana.
Hmm. ...
I like to say.
So it has always been with the katana.
Oh, is that me?
Oh wait,
It's
I think that's
still him.
yeah, I think it's mine. Western swords cut with sheer weight and power.
I had a message from Kyrie, but
Our blades, however, rely
Should
upon
potentially
speed
show up just in case they reveal both.
I
and
don't know.
technique. Do you now see how different our fighting styles are? But then again, it would be disappointing to leave matters like this. Now, Saber, I believe the time has come to stop concealing your true power.
Assassin, do you believe I'm taking it easy on you?
Yes. Are you saying you're not? I do not know what your intentions are, but for you to fight with your sleeve. Sleeve? Sheath.
He's saying that
Sheath.
she didn't actually draw her sword.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to pronounce that.
No worries.
The sheath on is somewhat insulting. Do you believe that I am unworthy of being taken seriously as your opponent? Ah, you do not seem as though you intend to comply. Very well. If you decline to reveal your own, then I shall show you my secret technique first.
And with that, the swordsman with the long katana drifts down next to Saber.
What?
For an assassin to give up his advantageous position is as good as inviting defeat. He may be a superb swordsman, but it was the landscape from their battleground that gave him the advantage. If the two are to fight on level ground, Saber should have no trouble repelling Assassin's attack and taking his head then and there. Assassin should know this as well. So why?
Brace yourself, or you will die, Saber.
He does his noble phantom just as Shiro's like, hey, how's everyone going? Ah!
Saber instinctively reacts to the smoothness in his voice, for he is speaking the truth. Assassin descending the steps have not put her in an advantaged position. Her intuition, which has enabled her to triumph in so many battles, warns her of her mistake. She readies her invisible sword. There's no room to hesitate. What matters is that she has to attack with her sword before Assassin swings his long katana. Roughly 3 meters separate the two. He readies himself. The stance he takes now is one he has not taken in the battle so far.
Secret technique.
Saber charges. The long katana is meaningless now. The moment she draws near Assassin, the katana will become a liability to him. And yet...
Swallow Furasa.
Such logic means little to a swordsman like him. I thought you were going to do the Japanese name.
I didn't say Japanese, so I can't do it.
I see.
I have to read it.
Lightning strikes. Faster than even Saber's blade. The mnemonic...
Gus doesn't know the Japanese name.
He does know the Japanese name.
You know, it's so funny.
Not off my head. It's like Tsugami Tenshi or something.
Tsubami
I
Gashi.
still find it funny how the accent is like this shit's being used even though we're in Japan.
Yeah.
They're
that too.
speaking Japanese.
like
This
the
is a native language.
like the rationale for him getting like the thick Japanese accent is he's Japanese. But I mean, what does that make Shiro?
What does that make anyone in this novel?
Well, Rin's
No,
German.
technically Saber is Western, okay?
Yeah,
Rin's German.
Japanese.
And Japanese, I guess.
yeah. Well, Rin grew up in Japan, so
Yeah.
I think Japanese is her native language.
Is that-
Rin,
is that
yeah,
really
Japanese
funny?
is her native language.
Yeah,
I find it really funny. Sorry.
but yeah, like the
They've been in
It
Japan
is
for a
funny.
long...
You're right.
I
like
think
by the,
the Tosakas have
by
been in
this
Japan for a long
logic-
time.
but by this logic, like the high school student council president should have like a thick Japanese accent instead of the mountain.
Yeah, I think we're just having fun.
Yeah.
Unless that's secretly a Japanese accent.
I just found the irony funny.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, it's funny when a lot of people do dubs of that one accent in Japan. I think it's the Osaka accent. They always make it a country accent in the English dub. It's very
Yeah.
silly.
I'm just saying that the Dragon Ball Z dub is bad because Goku doesn't have like a hillbilly accent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's this anime. I haven't seen much of it, but it's like this romance anime about this guy who goes to like, I don't know if it's an Osaka accent specifically, but he goes to this rural part of Japan where like this girl he gets a crush on has
I don't understand what the
Yeah,
girl I like
because-
is saying. Yeah.
Yeah, she has like just this extraordinarily thick accent. So she actually needs like another person to translate. And I desperately want that to get an English dub and it doesn't have one. I just want to know what the English dub would do.
I have no idea what the English dub would do for that.
Creole
for that show.
accent.
Yeah, just like Boomhammer. What's his name?
Oh yeah, like boom.
Yeah, either Boomhammer or a Creole. So. Yeah, Boomhauer.
That'd
Thank
be
you
so
for
funny.
reminding me.
That'd
That's
be
the
so
pronunciation
funny,
of Boomhammer.
That would be great.
But it's not as if Saber can't block such an attack. She quickly raises her sword to defend the repelling assassin's attack.
I would like to say there is technically... So there was a part of Japan that got integrated, but it technically wasn't really Japanese. They're actually more related to Taiwanese people. So there is actually basically another language in Japan that's in the farther northern area, I think.
Is it? I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, but Anu, Anu.
No, it's not the Ainu. It's the
Ainu.
other one. It's the
Okay.
one other one that people don't talk about as much.
Right, because I am somewhat aware of that one. They're also in Europa Universalis 4.
Wow,
Yeah, Anu.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let me pull up. See if I can. Rikyu, the Rikyuans.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I got you. Sorry.
Even an assassin will be left open after an attack like that is turned aside. In that split-second interval, as Saber attempts to cut through assassin's stomach.
They are in the Amami Islands of the Kagoshima Prefecture. For those who know where that is.
Swiftly trusting her instincts, Saber rolls down the stone steps.
They're
Saber-
also called Okinawans, so I'm going the wrong direction.
Saber rolls away as she's fleeing. She makes no effort to even soften her landing. All Saber does is frantically hurl herself down the stairs, slowing for nothing. Saber stops rolling and gets to her feet. Above her on the stairs, she sees a swordsman standing at ease.
Ah, you've managed to evade my secret technique. I should have expected no less, Saber. You are far and away the superior of the swallow.
Who'd win in a fight, Saber or a swallow?
Well, is the swallow carrying a coconut?
I cannot believe it. That was...
Ah, it is nothing to be impressed by. It's something I thought up when I considered how to slay a swallow.
He did reverse the swallow, though, Kitty. He raises his long katana up high. The motion is done to mimic the demonic sword's motions he demonstrated earlier to intimidate Saber.
Can you see this, Saber? Swallows avoid attacks by trying to catch the wind, faster or slow. It does not matter. A sword always disturbs the atmosphere, no matter what sort it may be. Swallows feel that the tremor and react by changing the direction in which they are flying.
And it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I become a part of their heart, just as they become a part of mine.
And so,
And if they think about
no
me more
attack
than them,
can slay a
they don't forget me,
swallow.
then our hearts
A
will be
sword
one.
can only move along
I will
a
lead
single
women.
line.
My friends
It
are my
cannot
power.
catch a swallow which can fly through the air in all directions.
So, your only option is to deny them a path of any escape.
Oh no, I think that's mine. That's my line.
Ah, shit.
It's all good.
Yeah, he's talking a lot again.
Right.
So your only option is to deny them any path of escape. The first sword attacks the swallow. The second sword surrounds the escaping swallow as it reads those movements.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But they are fast. Long as this katana is, the second sword will surely not reach the swallow in time. If I hope to capture the swallow, I would need to strike with the second sword at the same instance as the first. But such is, well, beyond human ability. I accepted the truth of this impossibility. However, unfortunately for you, I had nothing better to do with my time.
It was impossible, but I had nothing better to
Oh.
do.
You know, I think it works out.
I mean, this is still you talking, I'm pretty sure, so.
Oh,
Yep, keep going.
there's no quotes. It's
Who
it's so
cares?
weird.
I
But-
think they forgot about the
Yeah,
quotes
they just added
altogether.
on.
Keep
They added
going. You
on.
keep yapping.
Yeah, there's no way this is the narrator.
They say
Yeah, definitely not the narrator.
determination is the key to success. And the next thing I knew, I had managed it. A simple, worthless idea like killing a swallow became a secret technique that created a prison. By employing a multiple simultaneous strikes of the sword.
Saber cannot help but disagree with his matter-of-fact narrative. It is untrue. His technique is not as simple as he claims. Execute 2 attacks simultaneously? Impossible. The 2 blades struck at exactly the same time. In that moment, there existed 2 separate katana.
I can't fucking say that.
Who is saying
Time
this?
for you to say some German, even though.
That is Saber saying kaleidoscope.
Oh, that is the kaleidoscope thing. Oh, jeez. You're right. I forgot about the name of that.
God.
You know what? I'm gonna pretend that I said
Just
that.
call it kaleidoscope. Just call it
Yeah,
kaleidoscope.
it's a kaleidoscope.
Okay.
It's kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope. A multi-dimensional refraction phenomenon. A servant whose skills reach beyond the level of a noble phantasm without using magecraft, but by skill alone.
It is most certainly to be admired. That single blow made it very clear. Sasaki Kojiro does not possess a noble phantasm as heroic spirits typically do. All he has is his magical sword and sheer power reaching the realm of gods.
Is that why his luck is so high?
What's astonishing is that this man, a mere human, has managed to stand on equal grounds with a heroic spirit who possesses a noble phantasm.
Oh, yours.
But-
Go.
But my footing was bad. My Subami Gaishi typically employs 3 slices. If I had more room, I could have added my horizontal slash.
I would assume so. Otherwise, the attack would be incomplete. If everything were to happen at the same time, the second sword's trajectory would naturally slow down. To compensate, there must be a third horizontal attack to prevent the opponent from escaping to the side.
Ah, a quick study indeed. No wonder you managed to evade my secret technique.
Oh, they could
Me-
they could explain it, Lightning. They could explain it, and you don't want them to do that. 'Cause
You
that'll
don't
go-
want them to explain it. They've already explained so much already.
I
They
really don't want them to explain it.
Why did I have to talk about the whole swallow reversal? Come on.
Meanwhile, Shiro is like getting held up by Ilya.
it's 40-minute
Ilya
bike
in the
ride.
back like, hey.
Yeah.
Berserker who needs Berserker swallow reversal, I smash.
Hey, Berserker doesn't need to.
How wonderful,
That's
Saber. I had so cursed my summoning to this material world, but that lament ends tonight. An opportunity to face an opponent that would have been impossible in my lifetime, and a chance to use my secret attack on them is enough to make this summoning well worth it.
Assassin readies his sword again and descends the stone steps. He must be after Saber's head. Saber's not confident she'll be able to dodge that secret technique again. Like Lancer's Gay Bolg, Assassin's Swallow Reversal is a technique that one cannot allow the wielder to use. Except unlike Gay Bolg, which one can defend once they understand what it is and know that it will strike the heart. There is no defense against Assassin's secret technique. It cannot be evaded, even when one knows what it is. If there is a defense, it lies with preventing him from using the attack. Yes. Aerial ace in Japanese is swallow reversal. That's why you can't miss with aerial ace. That's why it has 100% accuracy. All right, I guess it has no. It just hits all the time. The only way to defeat him is to deliver a devastating blow before Assassin can unleash his secret technique.
I see. I should not have taken it so easy on you.
She lowers both her hands. Saber drops the tip of her invisible sword, as if driving into the ground, and glares up at Assassin as he approaches.
Is she doing the thing?
Oh? So are you finally resolved to go all out, Saber?
Assassin stops descending the steps and readies his secret technique once more. Saber looks at him bravely.
I too have no complaints. Will you be able to... Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah. I too have no complaints. Will you be able to endure my attack, Assassin?
Saber releases her own restraints. The air trembles. As if responding to her will, her sword releases a torrential gust of wind. Assassin retreats several steps. The gale force released from Saber's sword is extraordinary. Even the thick trees on either side of the temple creak and groan. So strong the wind, it all but explodes outward from her blade. The atmosphere sealed within it is released and roars outward in all directions. Saber's sword releases a gust of wind that could easily carry off a human being.
Oh, she really is doing it.
This is her blade's power. The invisible air, as the name implies, is a sword that has sealed up wind. The sword, sheathed in compressed wind, reflects and refracts light to give it an appearance of being invisible. This is what happens when the wind is released. The released air seeks escape and dissipates into the surrounding chaotic gusts. During that time, her sword commanding magecraft allows her to freely manipulate the raging wind. As Saber possesses incredible amounts of magical energy, she should be able to maintain the bounded field for a few minutes. The truth is that it is made apparent by the fact that her sword, even after releasing so much energy, remains invisible.
This is like a typhoon. However,
The howling winds does not die down. The unleashed winds is about to engulf Assassin.
this cannot be all of it. I shall see every skill you have concealed, Saber.
Assassin closes in, despite the raging, blinding wind. ... Saber's arms move. The wind-infused blade roars, readying itself to intercept Assassin, who advances calmly, slowly in spite of the gale force wind, strong enough to prevent most people from even approaching. Meanwhile, with Shiro Emiya,
He's just walking in on the street, like, I wonder where...
No, he's not walking.
Where's
He's definitely
Saber at?
running.
biking.
He's biking.
Oh, biking?
What the hell is that? When I reach Ryoto Temple, I'm greeted by the sound of air rushing at me like a typhoon. That must be Saber over there. At the top of the stairs in front of the temple gates, I see an armored figure who must be Saber fighting someone wearing a kimono. The wind swirls around Saber, and the surrounding trees creak under the gale force intensity. Wait, damn.
Saber really took the song from Mulan and really incorporated it into her entire existence. With all the strength of a great typhoon.
With all the strength of a
right.
great typhoon. Wait, damn. I don't think I can get close. The wind is so intense, I can't even keep my eyes open. Head down? I managed to fight my way close to the stairs, but the wind only gets stronger. I can't... At this rate... I can't get close to Saber. Far ahead, I can see Saber fighting someone, but I can't do anything. Yeah, you know, Saber just has to stay home all day and sleep and watch Mulan.
Yeah.
It's the only-
That's how she got her
It's Holy
ability.
Grail, you know, Holy Grail education.
It's the only thing...
It teaches you all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's the only thing Shiro left for her to do, like, watch there.
He's got exactly one DVD, and it's Mulan. He's based his entire life on that movie.
That's why he sticks a metal rod in his bag every single day.
Yeah. It's
No,
not a metaphor.
even if I manage to get closer to Saber in this wind, I'll only hold her back. Ugh, my left hand hurts again. The command spells engraved in the back of my hand tingle. I don't know what that means, but every time my hand tingles, I can't help but remember that scene. Damn it! Screw this! I close my eyes and stretch my hands toward the stairs. I get down on my hands and knees, hoping to avoid being blown off my feet, and begin crawling up the stairs. Ugh! The wind intensifies. Even a novice mage like me can tell incredible amounts of magical energy are raging above me. My command spells tingle. The roar of the wind warns me something is about to happen up above. Wait, could this be Saber's magical energy? If it is, why would she do something so reckless in her state? No, should she even be doing something like this? Saber can't recover magical energy. She shouldn't be wasting it on like this. I need to step in and handle the fighting and have Saber support me instead. Or else she might run out of magical energy.
Crazy.
Mr.
Maybe
Swordsman with his little wooden sword that can't even do any magic. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Maybe this is why. Maybe this is why it went so much better when he didn't show up.
I stand up and start running up the stairs. Now's not the time to be crawling. I don't know what Saber has in mind, but I have to stop her. Huh? As I try to dash out to the temple gates, something like a dagger flies right by me. I don't know what miracle let me dodge it. Who's there? I turn to look away from the stairs into the trees. There's no doubt about it. I didn't notice it in the torrential wind, but there's someone hiding nearby. You coward! Quit hiding and come out! I shout for whoever is hiding in the tree line. The strong wind should have drowned out my voice out. To my surprise, the voice echoes up the stairs. The wind died down? I looked up toward the temple gate. There, I see a man in a kimono holding a long sword in Saber's back.
That's enough, Saber. Someone's trying to steal a glance at your secret sword.
The man in the kimono smiles as he speaks. Like me, he's staring out into the forest.
If we continue, neither of us will emerge victorious. Whoever hides so cravenly in the trees may attack whoever survives our duel, or so they may simply be observing, hoping to learn about your hidden blade. In either case, I do not care to involve myself.
So that's either Ryder or more likely, I think, the person who killed us in the last ending.
The man turns to climb up the stairs, seemingly totally disinterested.
Caster?
Yeah, I think that's likely Caster.
Saber.
Stop. Do not settle our matter.
Fred. You might want to make her read that line again.
Nah, it's fine.
You think it's fine? Okay.
You cut out a little bit there. Yeah.
You really you just said noises. It was pretty interesting.
It's all good.
My bad.
You're good.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
I thought that they were gonna do the thing, which is why I didn't want to cut back in for you for the thing, because I wanted to see you just do that scream once if it was happening.
You know, do you want? Okay, I guess you want her to go again.
Stop. Do you not intend to settle our match, assassin?
That's not what I meant by the screaming. You know it, Red. Shut up.
Should you attempt to pass through the temple gates once I can, we shall settle things. I will not allow any to pass this gate, no matter who they may be. That, unfortunately, is my only role. If you plan on turning back, I have no intention of stopping you. That fool hiding in the trees, though, is another matter. Should I find myself disliking them, I will not allow them in, even dead, nor while I let them leave alive.
Assassin continues up the stairs.
You were manipulated, Saber, but the same goes for me, as I did not notice whoever is lurking in the shadows. Had we continued, I could have shown you the power of my secret technique, but we were interrupted. You should consider yourself fortunate.
Saber hangs her head in regret. Her intent to kill fades, not because of Assassin's word, but because Saber must have realized that keeping up the fight would leave her at a disadvantage.
Come now. Your escort's here too. That boy over there must be your master. I suggest you leave this place before the fool spying on us decides to target him.
And just like that, Assassin disappears. It must be his way of telling us that he won't attack unless we keep going. ... Saber says nothing. She just stands there silently, her back to me. Hey, Saber? Even when I called her, she doesn't answer. Huh? It seems strange, so I begin climbing the steps. What? Saber's armor vanishes. Defenseless, and in her simple blue clothing, she sways on the spot without turning around. Ah! I catch Saber in my arms. She falls backwards down the stairs. She doesn't move a muscle. She's unconscious. I shut in pain.
Why did the person spying just let us walk if Saber was no longer a threat?
Oh, you know.
I think they're there to learn information about who Saber is rather than actually attack currently.
I guess.
We finally get home. It took me 2 hours to carry Saber back from Ryoto Temple. I was worried the whole return trip, but we managed to get back safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. Saber was really light. She probably only weighs about 40 kilos, so it shouldn't tire me out so much. Or it wouldn't have, but she's been still. I had no idea that carrying a sleeping person, even a girl, could be so much work. My fatigue is more mental than physical. The feel of her skin, her soft skin when I picked her up, her quiet breathing on me, it was all so distracting. Why did she just faint like that? I look at Saber as she lays sleeping. She's probably not completely unconscious. Even if she looks like she's out cold, she might open her eyes the moment I call her name. ... Damn. There's so much I wanted to tell her when I left the house, but I can't say anything with her sleeping, looking like that. Fine, I'll give you an earful after you wake up, Saber. Even now, I keep my voice to a whisper. The moment I reach to pick her up again. Rin. Tosaka.
Oh, Rin? Me?
Rin
Oh,
Tosaka.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was Rin Tosaka. Look, I don't care what you're into or what you plan on doing next. It's really not my business, but...
For some reason, Tosaka's in the hallway watching even though it's after 2 in the morning. Tosaka?
What? You look like you saw a ghost. I'm not going to say anything, so just go ahead and do whatever you were going to do. I just got up to get a glass of water.
You've got it all wrong. This isn't what you think, really. I mean, it's a long story, but the short version is I was just trying to take Saber back to her room. Are you even listening to me?
Well, yes, sort of. I kind of know you're a dumbass, though.
You're lying. You sound like you don't understand at all.
Maybe you should be better at communicating. I got it, okay? Saber went out to fight on her own and you rushed off to stop her, right? Something bad happened and then you both came back after Saber fainted. So, did I nail it?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's exactly what happened. But how'd you know?
How could I not? Saber was obviously going to go off on her own, and a master is immediately alerted to a servant's entering battle. It wasn't hard to figure out.
I see. I guess that's fine then. So Tosaka knew Saber would go out by herself.
So, what are you gonna do? Aren't you going to take Saber to her room? If you let her sleep here, I'm sure even a servant would catch a cold.
Well, yeah, that's why I was going to take her to her room. I tried to lift her up, but... It's kind of awkward with Tosaka watching. Tosaka, would you mind carrying Saber?
Me? I mean, I guess, but would you make some tea then? I want to hear what happened.
Tosaka picked Saber up. Her being so understanding has me a little worried, but since I asked her for a favor, I better go make some tea. Tosaka carries Saber off towards my room. Meanwhile, I work on preparing tea in the kitchen. She said tea, but I'm assuming she doesn't want green tea. But the only black tea I have is from tea bags. Well, if I don't have it, I don't have it. I tell myself she can complain all she wants and start pouring the hot water over the bag.
Shiro, do you have a minute?
Tosaka comes back. Yeah, hold on a minute. I'll be right there. I put 2 teacups on a tray and carry it to the living room. And there, sitting next to Tosaka is Saber in her normal clothes. Saber? Why? I thought you were asleep.
She was, but it's not like she was going to sleep forever. She woke up. Looks like she used a ton of magical energy at once and just temporarily shut down. It's just kind of like an electrical breaker tripping before it shorts out. ...
Saber is quiet as Tosaka explains. You. Taking her back in her usual self, all the frustrations I had earlier come rushing back. Saber, do you have any idea what you tried to do?
Of course I do. I made my way to Ryoto Temple and fought Assassin. During our battle, we noticed the presence of the third servant observing us, and so suspended our battle.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I want to know why you went and fought.
Are we to revisit this once again? A servant fights, it's what we do. What I would like to know is why you, my master, keep telling me not to fight.
Well, I do understand there's no way around fighting since I've decided to participate in the Holy Grail War. And I know me telling Saber not to fight is me contradicting myself. But even so, I don't want to see something like that happen to her ever again.
I would like to ask you instead. You seem to dislike combat. Do you truly expect to survive the Holy Grail War with that attitude? Do you not see that if we continue to follow this policy, we will only end up suffering defeat at the hands of other masters? You've already died 3 times.
It's not like that. I'll fight off anything that might pose a risk to us. I certainly don't intend to just let myself be killed so easily. But
That doesn't include the 2 bad ends.
But aside from that, I don't want Saber to fight. Wrong. It's not that I dislike fighting, I just, this is much simpler than that. You see, girls shouldn't get hurt. I'm a guy, so I can't let that happen. So I'm going to fight rather than let you fight. Rid.
What?
What are you... Oh, no, that's definitely Saber.
No, I'm looking at Rid.
I know.
Just like, bitch, you fucked up! What? Are you saying I cannot fight because I'm a woman? Are you out of your mind?
I think this is... No. Wait, no, that might be you.
Oh, yeah. Are you out of your mind? A servant protects her master. We will be hurt in the doing and are summoned for that precise purpose. One sex has nothing to do with being a servant. More importantly, are you treating me as a warrior or as a woman?
It's gonna be so funny when we make it to the second route and he's not traumatized by Saber getting fucked up in like our first 2 battles. So they just don't have these conversations.
Wow.
I insist you take back what you have said, Shiro. Please.
Saber leans towards me, her eyes blazing with fury. But I
I
won't.
need this too.
But I won't let her change my mind. It's absurd for her to
mad
say
too.
she's a warrior before she's a woman. How could someone so frail, light enough for me to carry easily,
my God.
go and behave so recklessly? No way in hell I'll back off what I said. Sure, you might be strong, but you're still a girl. Don't get worked up over something so pointless, you fool.
Wow.
Like how Ridge is like, man, this is happening.
What?
Yeah.
You are getting worked up over something pointless. Are you saying you refuse to let a woman protect you? I'm already a heroic spirit, so you must let go of such trivialities.
It's not trivial at all. Even if you don't think it's important, I do. Besides, it was a mistake from the beginning to have someone else fight on my behalf. I can't allow someone to protect someone as helpless as me. I don't want someone to get hurt in my place. I'm the one who should be doing the saving. I've been working so hard to become that kind of person who can help people, just like my old man.
What was all that sticking metal rods up my back for?
I've done this for so many years. Do you know how many rods are ingrained into my body? I don't take them out.
Many.
I just keep putting new ones in.
At least 42, which might not sound like so much for years of doing this, but you try putting 42 rods in your back, and then you tell me that's not a lot.
It's not easy. Most nights I fail.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm more rod than person now.
I am the bone of my rod, as they say.
Yeah.
Damn it, listen. Just don't fight, Saber. Whoa, I hit auto mode.
I would love it. So get out of auto mode. I would love it if like Berserker slashed like Shiro, and it was just like you just hear the clang of all the rods being hit. Yeah.
That would be kind of funny.
It's like that's my secret, Berserker. I'm all rod.
It's not guts that fly out. That's not the intestines. That's a metal rod that he's replaced his intestines with.
Yeah.
I'll do the fighting. You shouldn't have a problem with that, since I'll be fighting you want. This will be the fighting you want, Saber.
Saber will be really pissed. You're gonna fight the one guy that she actually was like, man, what do you mean you're not leaving? I think we're gonna finish this way.
What? That is absurd. Do you think a human can fight a servant? You should already understand that you are no match for a servant. Please recall what happened when Lancer attacked you.
Remember when you died?
Had I not appeared, you
Twice?
would have been killed. So it would be against any servant.
Remember to all the deaths you had, and she just gestures vaguely towards the bad ends.
You can't know that for sure unless we try. I wasn't prepared, but now I can come up with tons of strategies. I might be able to ambush one of them too.
We tried this today. It was a bad end. In fact, it turned out to go better.
Do
Yeah.
not make me laugh. Any defense you employ would be no more useful than a sheaf of paper.
What? I can't believe you'd say that, Saber.
I can't believe you'd be sexist.
Correct.
Well, you know what they say, Saber. Masters summon servants that are like them.
Yes, well, you should have thought about that before you said mean, now shouldn't you? You're insulting servants. How could you possibly be so conceited as to believe that you, a mere human, could defeat a heroic spirit?
Ah! Saber and I glare at each other. Our conversation's going nowhere, and there's no sign of reaching any kind of compromise.
Because you're just wrong.
Oh, is it my turn now? Holy shit. You've got it wrong, Saber. Shiro isn't insulting servants. This isn't going anywhere so long as you don't understand that much. So I'm stepping in.
Ren, what do you mean by that?
Well, you see, Shiro genuinely doesn't want you to get hurt. I don't know why, but Shiro is a giant ball of dedication and goodwill.
And
Am I right? That's a different type of sexism. Am I right? Saber is more important to you than yourself, right?
That's not true. I never said Saber's more important to me.
It's written all over your face. I could definitely read your thoughts. Spare me. You wouldn't be ready to fight yourself if it weren't true. You know damn well you can't beat a servant, right? But saying you'll fight even so means Saber is more important to you than yourself.
I mean, if she puts it like that, maybe, but...
That's why you'll fight even if it sounds absurd. You'll try to win even if you know you don't have a chance, and you don't care if you die in the process, because... And I don't really know why. In this twisted little mind of yours, other people are more important than you are yourself. ...
Well, I don't mean it to be like that.
So there you have it. Now you understand, Saber. He's enough of an idiot that he'd even try to protect you against berserkers. So yeah, he's serious when he says he's going to fight.
I don't know how much of Tosaka's words actually make it through to Saber, but Saber takes a deep breath and turns towards me.
You know,
What, Saber?
I acknowledge that you have the will to fight, and as such, I have an idea.
What is it?
You must train with the sword. I shall teach you as much swordsmanship as time permits. If you accept that condition, then I shall accept your way of thinking.
What? Does that mean she's going to train me? Is that because she's acknowledged my will to fight?
Hold up, Saber. That whole line of thinking is pointless, like an emotional flab. Teach Shiro the way of the sword? There's no way he'll be able to go up against a servant.
I mean, I can do this. Hold up.
Which person? Who? Me?
No.
Okay. I figured it wasn't me because I was loud last time.
Oh,
Even though we turned me down, so...
Don't worry, I turned you up.
Plomper, I think that's you.
is it me? Okay. True, but it is better than doing nothing.
Because Plomper's doing her breathy voice.
I'm tired as fuck. At the very least, it should minimize the hesitation he has in battle. I can only bet on Shiro's will and determination, but such is the nature of a real battle. One will never learn if they have no aptitude for it to begin with. In other words, if you can't do it, you're stupid.
Well, I guess if you put it that way, you're right. You're never ready for a fistfight unless you've actually experienced one in the past. Well, that's not true. Yes, that is why I'd like to try. Oh wait, no, that's definitely Saber again.
Yes, that is why I would like to try once. Nay, as many times as time allows. I would like Shiro to experience what death feels like, so he might grow accustomed.
What death in battle feels like? Wow, we're really just being like, hey, by the way, we're gonna teach you what it feels like to die while battling.
That's one of the few things he knows.
No, he hasn't been battling. He's only been the victim, I guess.
He's only been
guess so.
stabbed, not fight back, really.
It's like he knows death, but I wouldn't call those battles.
Basically.
It's like when he says that he never fought with Shinji before, because all he did was beat Shinji's ass.
Yes, let me
Yeah.
kill you over and over and over again. You're right, Smite. That is what she's saying, isn't it?
The two of them are talking pretty casually about some scary stuff. Hold on a minute, I never agreed to any...
Okay then, I'll teach him about magecraft. If Saber's gonna train his body, I'll enrich his mind. Well, that was part of our initial plan anyway, so I guess I'll begin the formal training tomorrow.
Yes, please do so. If you can do that, I can concentrate on training him with the sword.
Good. Now that it's all settled, let's break for tonight. Looks like tomorrow is going to be busy.
Speaking in a deeper voice killed it.
Tosaka waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding.
Look, as long as Tosaka's not there, I will gladly take the lines. You want me to take it from here for a bit?
Oh, if you would like to, please.
I will gladly take it over for you.
Oh, bless.
I shall rest well. I shall rest as well. I'm already forgetting lines. It's fine. You should do the same, Shiro. I intend to work you hard in the dojo tomorrow.
Can't wait to tell Kyrie, man. Saber had a ton of lines last time.
Yeah, he almost killed Plompers' voice. I was really concerned if Saber was going to do that one attack. I was like, nope, Plomper's gonna have to retire after that.
Nah, you good. You good. I just wasn't expecting to talk so much of Saber today. Damn.
Understandable.
You know what? Sakura didn't have any lines. This evens it out, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah, true. Sakura was like here for a minute at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, Ilya had some lines, kind of.
Yeah,
technically.
because he died.
Yeah, we died.
That is true.
I had some
Yeah.
lines.
We died. Woo!
She
I
gives
didn't
a
have
short
any lines.
she gives a short bow. Goes back to her room. You have lines in our heart, Pending.
Thank you.
dot dot dot. All that remains in the living room is 2 cups of untouched tea and one dumbfounded boy.
To be fair, Jess hasn't had much lines the entire time, so it's fine if you got a tiny break today. But
I did get us killed, so I guess like I contributed.
Still making decisions.
Yeah.
I never agreed to this. My words go unheard. Anyway, what was already as confusing a situation has grown a hell of a lot more complicated. I can't even begin to imagine what will happen today. I'm going to sleep. I should at least save my energy. Everything
if
starts with
anyone's
the
getting
body.
divine karma for going on tangents during this VN, it's gonna be me.
Well, yeah. The only thing I can do is cling to my fragile hope. As long as my body is strong enough, I will be able to endure whatever torture they might throw at me. Oh, the day's over.
Is the day officially over? Wow,
Oh my
guys,
God.
we did it.
Day
The night went on
7.
for so long.
It was a really long
Yeah,
one.
That was absolutely yes.
The next VN I read, oh man, I read so many VNs. Well, I read so many lines in novels in games anyway. I don't know.
I wouldn't want anyone to get sad if I can help it. If I would just use my own limited powers to make people around me happy, the world would be a better place.
This fucking music is so cheesy. I hate
That was
it.
always KyrieAI's favorite saying. The man who I saw as a champion of justice was saying he thought he was a failure, that he wasn't good enough. He didn't need to explain it to me. The world needs the young me and the grown-up KyrieAI lived in were too different. And so the standards for being a hero of justice were different too. When I was young, this house was my entire world. So my old man, Fujine, myself, and my favorite shed were the only things that needed protecting.
My favorite shed.
My favorite shed.
My favorite shed.
He'd die for that shed, Pending.
Yeah, that's where he keeps his rods.
All I thought I had to protect was what I could see around me. But KyrieAI wanted something for those he couldn't see or reach. I was
No,
reckless
there's a
when I was
lot of
young.
people who have there's a lot of guys with their favorite shed. They call them man sheds.
I built myself up by cursing the cruel world. The world was cruel, so I became cruel as a way to
Is
make
it
up for
different
my
than a
ideals
man
of
cave?
reality.
There's also girl sheds now.
Man, I could have let Pending read those lines. I'm pretty sure that's Dad.
Ugh.
Well, next time we see them.
Yep.
There'll always be those that can't be saved. You can't save everything. If in the process of saving 1,000, you overlook 500, then I will abandon 100 to save 900. That is the most efficient way. Go, father.
That is the ideal.
KyrieAI once told me. Of course, I got mad hearing that. It really ticked me off. Because I didn't have to be told that since I knew that already. Because I knew firsthand that it was the very ideal that led me to being saved. I didn't need to be reminded about something so obvious. I still believe that a hero of justice could save everyone, despite those limitations. Because that's what a hero of justice was. Someone who could still perform miracles, no matter how idealistic or unattainable they may be.
You're right, Shiro. Results are the most important thing. But apart from that, what's even more important is to have the heart.
It's a funny thing.
Hearts.
The funny thing about the trolley problem is that there's a There's a guide on the Fate Stay Night, like on Steam. You know how they have guides? One of the guides
Oh
is
my
how to be
God.
Shiro Emiya. And hold on, I gotta go pull it up.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Ishiro Emiya's result for the trolley problem is he just stands in front of the train so that neither person gets on either side of the train.
It's like step 1: dedicate your entire life to saving people. Help your classmates who clean after the club, volunteer at a local shelter, be the person who runs into a fire to save a kitten. Step 2: get on a training regimen. 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and 10 high bar jumps every single day. Learn to cook. This is an important step you need to be the ideal male wife for your future love interest. A helpful way to complete this step is to watch today's menu in the Emiya family. Step 4, and this is what we're waiting for. Solve the trolley problem. This problem is just deep state propaganda to prevent you from completing step 1. Just know you'd simply save everyone. The trolley problem picture. I can't show the picture because it's actually super spoiler, but it's so funny to look at.
You know what? Actually, that is probably one of the correct responses and criticisms of the trolley problem is that it's a contrived thing that would generally not happen in the most part. Which is interesting. That's his response. It's generally a philosophical
How to
response
solve
to
the
it as
trolley
well.
problem? Just know that you will solve it.
just solve it. Just do it.
Just believe that you'll solve it.
Okay, but what if trolley problem? Then I would simply save them, says Shiro Emiya.
Hold on, let me find the criticism. Here we go. Researchers criticize the use of the trolley problem, arguing, among other things, that the scenario it presents is too extreme and unconnected to real-life moral situations to be useful or educational. I think that line really describes it.
It is pretty extreme.
In her 2017 paper, Nassim Jafari Naami, I'm so sorry, Indian names are not my best, lays out the reductive nature of the trolley problem in framing ethical problems that serves to uphold an impoverished version of utilitarianism. She argues that the popular argument that the trolley problem can serve as a template for algorithmic morality is based on the fundamentally flawed premise that serve the most powerful with potentially dire consequences of future cities, aka it's the man, it's the system. It's basically what he said.
Point is pending. Just save them.
Just save them.
Okay.
Just save them.
Don't worry about it.
Will
Just
do.
save them.
Yeah, no, I got this.
What did Kiritsugu say about heart again? I don't remember. It's not often I reminisce about something from so long ago. I must be in a deep sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't be dreaming in the first place. It could be anybody.
Shiro, wake up! It's time for breakfast.
Damn, see? Saber is waking me up.
Cousin Vicky!
Oh, is that supposed to be Saber?
Saber's waking me up. It's pathetic. I'm so asleep, Saber is waking me up. What? I bolt
And her-
upright and out of my
Her
futon.
voice is different now.
Oh my god, Saber, what happened? It's 6:30 in the morning. Fresh sunlight pours in from the outside.
It's time for training, duh. Shiro, it's morning. Do you need me to prepare breakfast?
No, she doesn't say, do you need me?
Oh, do you need to prepare breakfast? Because I can't cook, obviously.
Saber's staring right at me. I overslept, sorry. I'll get up right away.
You have nothing to apologize for, but you have no time to relax. It appears Sakura and Rin were arguing earlier. Oh?
Sakura and Tosaka are arguing? What's going on? Hold on. Don't throw me into a situation I don't understand just as I'm waking up. Is that happening in Tosaka's room?
No, the living room. I just passed by, so I do not know the details.
Got it. I'll head there now. Oh, but there's something I forgot to do.
You know when you're in your dream state and you sometimes change the voice? That's what I'm assuming happened to Saber, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like Kitsuguru because they were still thinking about Kitsuguru, but it was Saber.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But somehow I still knew it was Saber, even though it was Kiritsugu's voice.
Of course.
Yeah.
What is it, Shiro?
Good morning, Saber. Thanks for waking me up.
sparkle eyes. Ugh,
I greet her and then head out to the hallway. But seriously, what the hell did Tosaka do to start an argument with Sakura?
You ready to have an argument, Sakura?
Lovely. Okay.
Tosaka! In the living room, there's no sign of Sakura. Tosaka's alone, casually watching the weather forecast on TV.
Aw. Morning. What a way to start the morning, shouting my name like that.
She turns around as if to ask something had happened. Huh? That's weird. It doesn't look like she was fighting with Sakura at all. Morning. Hey, Tosaka, I heard that you and Sakura are arguing. Is that true?
Huh? Oh, from Saber? Yes, it may have seemed that way to an outside observer, but it was nothing really. I just told her not to come here for a while.
Yeah. She's so casual about basically banning Sakura from my house. That's ridiculous. Sakura already said no to staying away from the house, so there's no way she would agree even if we asked again.
She wouldn't agree, but she went home after I presented her with a compromise. I told her I would go back home without argument if she stays away for a week. She agreed on to those terms. She went home, even if she was a little reluctant. Oh, right, she sends her regards.
You did what? Why would
Oh,
she
that
do
makes
something
sense.
like that without telling me?
Sending her back to an abusive household? Damn!
Yeah.
That is rough, though.
Actually, I shouldn't yell at her for it. Tosaka's just done something I should have. You're right. Sorry for making you be the bad guy so early in the morning. You must feel terrible, Tosaka.
Huh? No, it wasn't bad or unpleasant to me. Why would you think that, Shiro?
Because weren't you and Sakura friends? Telling Sakura to leave not once but twice doesn't sound like a fun job. That's why I feel bad. I'm the one who should take charge, but I made you do the dirty work again.
Is this your sexism again? I thought we just talked about this. Last night, in fact. That's fine. I just kicked out Sakura for my own safety. There's no reason for you to apologize.
Huh? What do you mean for your own safety?
Well, you said Shinji's a master, right? Knowing him, if Shinji finds out Sakura comes here, he'll target this place, so it's best to keep Sakura away from here until we finish dealing with Shinji.
Ah, I get it. She makes a good point. Shinji said he doesn't tell Sakura anything. So I don't think he was lying. But if he finds out his little sister comes here so often, he might get the wrong idea. You're right. It could look to Shinji like we're taking Sakura hostage.
Exactly. But more importantly, this place is still dangerous. I wouldn't want her to be walking around at night, so it's best for her to stay away from here for a while. This is for Sakura's own safety as well as ours.
Yeah, you're right. I feel bad for Sakura, but I'll just have to apologize and ask for her forgiveness later. Though I won't be able to explain myself.
Technically getting abused is better than dying. I guess.
The fact that's how you guys always have to look at it.
I guess.
Though I won't be able to explain myself even when the time comes. Yeah.
Sakura has it rough.
She really does.
This is really getting to me. I feel really bad about turning Sakura away like this, even if it's temporary. She's been so unselfish about helping me all this time. What a nice girl with no ulterior motives, just doing all this
Definitely super unselfish, you know? She's just like a sister.
stuff. What a great gal she is.
Oh, you look really down. What happened to all that energy you had when you shouted at me earlier? Are you sad and lonely not having Sakura around?
Tosaka grins maliciously. Oh, crap. I've known she'd tease me whenever I show vulnerability, but I went and did it again.
I guess we won't have any Sakura lines for a while.
Leave me alone. Sakura was the symbol of peace at our house. She offset whatever Fujine and I were lacking, so of course I'm down about us sending her away for our own selfish reasons.
Oh, so you do understand. If you can say that much, then you pass. I'd say you're starting to get more determined.
Huh? What are you trying to say?
Don't you get it? Once this war ends, Sakura will come back. Will she, though? You say you don't want the Holy Grail, but that just means you should fight to take back that peaceful life you had before. See? Now you have a clear goal.
Tosaka smiles her very biggest smile. ... When she puts it like that, I really have no choice but to agree. Damn, I don't know what to say. What she said there confirms that she's both mean-spirited and ridiculously awesome at the same time.
She's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
She is pretty cool.
All right. Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, clap.
Clap. End. Clap, clap.
Clap, clap, in, clap, clap.
Oh, and clap, clap.
Good stream, everyone.
Good.
Thank you, everyone, for coming by and watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
hopefully Plomper's voice will recover.
Yeah.
Not. I mean,
And-
I could speak deeper, but like not for that long, bro.
Understandable.
Very
Holy
understandable.
You know, Saber's
Yeah.
been mostly quiet like the whole time, and then she's like, all right, this stream is the one where I'm gonna talk a lot.
It
Yeah,
really
Crack her
is.
knuckles like I bet.
This is my exposition stream.
It didn't
Oh.
help that I knew I wouldn't be able to read lines of Saber with just doing that voice because I would either start laughing to death or just cringe under my desk.
Please.
No,
Oh my
it's fine,
What?
fine.
That's crazy.
I was sitting here like, oh god, I have to speak in a low voice. Okay.
I'd say I picked the perfect voice for Assassin.
Oh, you did great.
Yeah. Well, what do you
Yeah.
pending on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you rate Jess's assassin voice?
He did he did good. Good job. Good job, Justin.
It's a good out of 10.
We
Good
do
enough
miss
for
Kyrie
me.
a lot. Kyrie can come back immediately because she's
I
becoming
mean-
more of a main character, and we're gonna need her.
Yeah. I will say, Jess, you have made all of your voices distinctive, which is something I very much struggle with.
That's a good point. His voices are different.
Yeah.
You're very distinctive.
I would say the student council president's distinctive. I mean, he changes
Yeah.
every time. But
Yeah, he is distinctive.
Yeah, he runs the full gambit of every voice I can do.
It truly does.
Except the pending voice. I haven't given him the pending voice.
yeah, you know, he doesn't deserve the pending voice.
I have been told, I don't know what the secret character is that I'm supposed to voice later, but it has been suggested to me that that character should get the pending voice. So whenever that character shows up, I guess that character's getting the pending voice.
Ooh, that would be great for that character to get the pending voice.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because I before we were talking about voicing Berserker, and I was like, wow, Berserker should get Pending's voice. And then
I like that
Berserker's
idea
came
when I
up, Berserker's
find-
one line came, and then Pending was like, what is this?
I had trouble identifying it as a line because it was just more like a guttural noise.
It really was.
It was a roar.
So I was-
like, roar.
So